My first topic I want to talk about really quick before we get into some other things is that I don't like bitch ass niggas. And the reason why I want to start off with that is because
game is about helping us learn the rules of manhood. And a lot of times what happens is we don't fully believe in the rules. We don't fully believe in the information.
You cannot fear rejection.
We got to stand on business out there, meaning that the bitches ain't gonna even fuck with me if they don't think that I'm willing to go the distance behind some shit.
everybody in this room, if you had a bitch ass moment, raise your hand.
When I say I am, I want you to say a motherfucking man. I am
a motherfucking man.
Like I said, y'all should have bitches. I'm amazed. It's a struggle for some of y'all.
Once you find something that you're into, it comes before everything else. And then even when you deal with a woman who's into you, she has to compete with that thing, whatever the fuck that is, right?
Stand up if you believe in fear. Stand up right now. Everybody stand the fuck up.
You know, I say bitch a lot and nigga a lot, but, you know, it's with good intention and a lot of love in it and whatnot.
If I'm feeling insecure, is this really me, or did somebody teach me how to feel this way?
I am
a motherfucking man.
Yo, 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 what's good? What's good?
Yo, yo, yo. Yeah. Manhood is a skill set. Last show for 2023, nigga.
Miles took off the glasses and like seeing a chick without no makeup, all natural.
Oh man.
How you been,
yeah.
man?
Chilling, bro. How you, man? How you?
Man, just loving life, bro. Loving life. It's cold as fucking San Antonio, man. It's
Yo, that's what I'm about to say. Looking like niggas forgot to pay the fucking the heat bill or some shit. Like, what's going on?
I woke up, bro. It was so cold, bro. It was 30-something degrees, right? I turned on the heat, and cold air started coming from the heat. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Like, it's supposed to be hot. It's getting cold in this motherfucker.
Wow.
So yeah,
that's how it's like that. Those 1 or 2 weeks out the year where the hot states be getting cold and shit. It's about that time.
It's about that time. It's rare, but I mean, it's starting to heat up as the day is going on. But we have cold mornings and colder nights. Goddamn it. So let me plug the joint right quick. Your dating preferences aren't your own. Most men have a hive mentality. You know, I've said this in the past that a lot of guys have dating preferences that aren't their own. If you remember when the realist would call up, and he would always have dating preferences that was based on what his boys thought of him.
Right.
So I'm going to play a clip where a young lady speaks to that.
Okay.
And I might play a second clip that kind of goes into the first one, but it almost goes into a whole nother discussion a little bit. So depending on the flow of the show and how much time we have, I might introduce the second clip. But the second clip, that's where a lot of dudes, some of y'all watching right now might agree with the bitch assness. I don't agree with that whack ass nigga shit, but we might get into that. J. Roman, what's up, you know?
There he is.
What's up, yo?
There he is. Shout out to Curry 2SS for the 99-cent super sticker. Appreciate you, man. Yes, sir. Yeah, man, we got
coming in loud and clear. I'm good.
Yeah, you coming in, man. Yo, we got to be live, man. This is the last show for 2023, man.
We got to get up beat. Hey, this is it.
Yes, sir.
So come 2024, we expect you guys to have adopted a new mindset, masculine identity. There you go. Get the soap.
Get the soap.
We got the
yeah, I expect in 2024 for cats to call in and really be about trying to improve themselves.
Yes, sir. Facts.
And let me just say this, Miles, you put up the soap. Can you put up again one more time, please?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Nigga, you ain't got to tell me twice, nigga. You ain't got to.
Okay. Now, number one, go get the soap. Okay, that's number one. It's the barcode right there. Go get the soap. Okay, you can pause the joint and then you can do the joint with your phone. Okay, is that right there? Did she put that right there? Yes, there we go. Boom, right on time.
Yes, you
Renee,
go.
God saying, appreciate you, baby girl. So when we get into the first clip and maybe even into the second clip, y'all going to see the epitome of what it means to not have your own identity. And why guys have the dating preferences, and even some women, because this is not a gender specific thing. There are women also who have dating preferences that aren't their own. So we're going to get into that. Jay Roma, you got anything you want to plug before I play this first clip?
No, let's do it. Let's get it started.
All right.
If a guy has a preference of their body count, do you think that's
Why do you
childish?
have a preference? I was discussing this with my sister the other day. People think like preferences is just a get out card. Where does your preference come from? Your preference isn't just born with you when you come into this world. Your preference is created off your environment, what you see society doing. That is how your preference is created. I never came out of the womb liking men who were just 6 foot. Society made me believe that it is normal for a guy to be taller than a woman in a relationship. So naturally, women want men who are a bit taller. So where is that preference coming from?
And your experiences.
Your preference for wanting a woman who's less experienced comes from patriarchy. It comes from women, historically being policed through their sexuality and society not seeing that sex is for women. That is where your preference for having a low body count is coming from. It's coming from not wanting your boys to laugh at your face and be like, oh, beat that. Okay, yeah, you beat that, but now she's with me. Okay, so what? Like, am I going to pretend I've never been with a guy who girls before? Yeah, I have. What can I do? Like you said before, we are not possession. We are real people. So, yeah, just because 100 people doesn't mean that girl should vanish and turn into dust. She too deserves love, respect, and companionship.
This is...
Okay. I'm going to say something. It's an unpopular opinion. I'm getting tired of people saying what they deserve.
Right? That's the same. Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
Women and men alike. And I'm no different. I'm putting myself in the same fucking pot of gumbo that y'all motherfuckers are in.
Right.
You don't deserve to be loved by someone of the opposite sex. I hate to tell you, because you don't deserve love. You don't deserve a monogamous relationship where a person's only fucking you and only. You don't deserve that. Now, you are entitled to desire that, but you don't deserve it. This is what people fail to understand. This is a cold, hard, cruel world. Don't nobody give a fuck about what you want or what you think you deserve. Now, okay, and let me just say this real quick. And here's the problem with thinking you deserve shit. Once you get shit, you never truly appreciate it because you think you're owed it. Go ahead, Miles.
I'll say it like this. Nobody necessarily deserves anything because I don't fucking know you. However, you have equal right to earn love, companionship, and whatever you could get from me, you have the right to earn it. I'll give you the opportunity to earn it. But I don't know if you deserve anything. You see what I'm saying? And like you said, Kazak, you can desire any fucking thing you want. You can desire $1 million, but do you have the value that you know what I'm saying? Can you earn $1 million? Do you have value equivalent to $1 million where you could get $1 million because of the value that you hold? Do you see what I'm saying? I don't see the problem with a lot of these people. Because I'll just say people, because it's easy for me to get at the females. But the problem with most of us, especially in this dating game, is that, like you said, because we think the world owes us something, we don't have to search within ourselves to build personal value. That's why I talk about a masculine identity. That's exactly why my soap costs a certain amount of money. I ain't gonna say the price on here, but this is more than a bar of Dove, nigga. Do you understand? And the reason why that is, it's because it's about value. I know the value that I put into this soap. So any one of you motherfuckers could tell me my soap is expensive and all that shit, and I'll be like, I don't care. Fuck you. My soap is only for the people who want to buy it. You see what I'm saying? My soap is only for the people who want to invest that type of value within themselves and wash their ass on a luxury level. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of us, we get into these situations. And it shows in action where guys, like, for example, the other day, some dude called on Lucario's show, right? And he said he went to his house and they opened gifts, and then his girl ended up falling asleep. And Lucario was like, well, what was the plan for the evening? And he was like, well, to come home, for me to come through and open up gifts. And then he said, so what was the plan after that? He said, well, I didn't really make a plan after that. So he was like, well, how you getting mad at your girl for falling asleep? Because you didn't make no plan after that. And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you didn't set nothing in place to earn, to construct, to do anything to design the evening that you wanted to have with your girl. But since you didn't set any parameters, your girl did what she wanted to do. And now you mad at your girl. When everything that you had planned happened, right? All she needed was for you to plan the rest of the evening. But you didn't have enough value inside you to put that plan together. And now you're angry at the lack of value shown in your companion. And that's the problem with most of these relationships, especially on the man's part, because we don't take the leadership and responsibility seriously. We don't take the value we hold within seriously. And therefore, when our women fuck up, or when our women show themselves to be less valuable, we don't even realize that the reason why they're showing themselves to be less valuable is because we didn't demonstrate value in the first fucking place. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. And let me say this real quick, and J. Roman, I'm gonna pass it to you. There is a term called cause and effect.
Right.
And one of the things that guys complain about is that women aren't as feminine as they used to be. And one of the things that women complain about is men aren't as masculine as they used to be. Well, number one, shout out to EO, everything begins and ends with the man.
Right.
So everything begins and ends with the men in society, right? So, and I've said this before, show me a society where the men are weak, and I'm going to show you where women run amok. Show me a society where men are strong, and I'm going to show you where, exceptions aside, where women pretty much walk that fine line of respectability in public.
Facts.
J. Roman, you got it.
I just think that simply you deserve what you earn. And that's basically what it is. The problem is a lot of people think because they don't really look and evaluate themselves, that if they're not getting what they deserve, they feel like that they should, but they haven't done the work for it.
Exactly.
You'll have a guy or a girl say they deserve a certain type of girlfriend or boyfriend, but yet they don't display the things that they're asking that they're made to display. So it's kind of funny how you ever see a couple and you say they match each other, they fit each other, right? But one of them is like, no, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve. Yeah, you do, because that's what you set up. When we have these conversations, I always think about the cats that's in relationships, right?
Right.
And they sit back and it's like, well, I don't deserve this. I'm a good dude. I do this, I do that. Well, yeah, but you didn't hold her accountable. You didn't state what was on your mind. You didn't, I like to use punish for another individual, but you didn't say, hey, if this continues, the way we are living won't continue.
Right.
You didn't do that. So that's why you still deserve what you got.
Real shit.
Well, I would say it like this, right? Because you'll have people, they'll say, I don't deserve to be mistreated. I don't deserve to be lied to. I deserve this, that, and the other. But then they'll be in relationships where that very thing happens. So and that's the reality of it. If you are a weak individual and you don't know how to stand up for yourself, you're going to encounter people who take advantage of you.
Yo, real quick, go to this shit, the 144, Cameron Diebold. What?
So he says, coming from a white man, black women are my first choice, but they don't display what they ask. Well, okay, so
he kind of missed the whole fucking point.
Yeah. He's not
this stuff is so universal that I can't even You know, everybody try to throw color or race, or this is so universal. Man,
Right.
man and women is universal.
Right. It has
Everybody.
it has everything to do with leadership, man.
You know, I want half Eddie. Like, yeah, man. It don't matter what the race is.
Cameron, if you knew how to lead any woman, no matter what color she is, if you knew how to lead, you wouldn't be having that problem. You understand? And the woman, what would the woman be asking for if you laid everything out?
There you go.
You see what I'm saying? So that's how you see how language exposes them. Talking about, oh, they don't display what they ask for. If you know how to lead, a woman don't have to ask for shit. All she has to do is say,
"Yes, Daddy."
There you go. It's kind of like Miles when I see a woman out in public just undressing her man, just talking crazy to him. I say to myself, I bet you if she was with me, she wouldn't be doing that shit.
Right. And real quick, truth perspective. Yes, I do one-on-one phone coaching. Go to my Instagram and hit the link tree. Hit the link tree in my Instagram, and you can schedule your consultation.
Let me see.
Yeah, and I think for most dudes, they just don't hold their mate or whatever accountable, and so they get stuck in this position where they're complaining about a mate. However, the ultimate thing is they don't want to leave. Right. And so my thing is, if you don't want to leave, then you need to accept where you're at and understand that you deserve whatever you worked for.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
There you have it. So I want to talk a little bit about what the shorty was saying. Do y'all want me to replay it or y'all cool on that?
Is the video over? Was the video done?
Well, if y'all want to hear him speak on, he's going to speak about him having the fucked up thought process of dating preferences. If y'all want to hear that, I can go ahead and play it.
No. It'd probably be an example. It'd probably be a good example.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
It's going to be the video that make you all unfollow me. If I could be completely honest with you all,
please.
When I used to think like the majority of people, the masses, like with my preference, I almost shot myself in the head. It almost killed me, literally. It's not. I made a video about this a few years ago, telling people my story of how I was suicidal, I was depressed, all these different things, because what society told me I should want did not work for me. But I had to elevate myself to understand the things, these preferences, they say what a woman should be or the man I should be. It was killing me. And I see y'all all on social media, oh, that's his preference, that's her preference. It doesn't hit your mind to think, why is most women preferences the same? Why are most men preferences the same? And y'all have these preferences and it does not work for you all. Because as a person, as an individual, you need.
I want to speak on something. When he said, have you ever wondered why most men preferences are the same? Most women, because nobody knows their fucking identity.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, you know what? I'm sitting back here and I'm laughing, and I realize I haven't hung around a lot of bitch ass niggas my whole life. and I don't say that word very often, right? That's not my. But I just ain't hung around cats like this.
Right.
My whole life, I've had I don't want to even say the luck. It just I navigated and had good people around me that were individuals. None of us got the same preference on the type of woman that we like.
Real shit.
None of it. I'd have been teased by the fellas about what I like, and I didn't tease them about what they like, but they still like it. And in fact, a woman can walk in the room and I'd be like, oh, I know exactly which one of my homies would like that.
Real shit.
It ain't me, but I know he does.
And that's a respect thing too, because you know your nigga, you like, you know what? I'm gonna leave that one for him. I'm gonna leave that one for my nigga. Facts. Real shit. I want to say this too. It's like when I heard him speak just now, it just made me think any nigga that judge a bitch on a scale of 1 to 10 is a no identity type nigga.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? Like as soon as you start to be like, oh yeah, she's a 9. To who?
Facts. God damn it.
Who created this fucking scale? Either you're attracted to the girl or you're not, nigga. Shut the fuck up about the on a scale of 1 to 10 and blah blah blah. Hey, so that girl you went out with the other night, you know, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give her? It don't matter, nigga, because what I like is what I like. You see what I'm saying? What I like is what I fucking like. So what I eat don't make you shit. What I fuck don't make you come.
Baby.
You understand what I'm saying? As soon as I hear a nigga say, oh, as soon as I hear a nigga say some shit like she's a dime, I'm done. Like I already know he's a faceless, lost nigga in the realm of popular opinion. You know what I'm saying?
So what's so crazy? I be sitting around at work and attractive lady will come in and they be like, "Ooh, she's so attractive," and I would say, "Damn, I wonder if she can cook." Right? And then they all kind of look at me like, "Isn't her attraction enough?" Like, nah. I'm wondering the things that I need that I like if she could do those.
Right.
Besides that, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And the type of looks I get from the fellas around, like, huh? And I realize, see, you guys are those type of people on why she would just walk all over you. You would forgive everything in the book, but then you're mad at me because I'm sitting around happy with a full belly. And you're like, yeah, I want to know if she can cook. That was my number one thing.
Right.
You know, what's your guys' number one thing? And when you start to ask it, the pause that you see on a lot of men to even think about something else besides their beauty.
Mm.
It's weird, that pause, and I'm sitting and waiting, and they're like, huh, well, I kind of like it when a lady does this, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, that's something different than just the looks. So, go ahead, Zach.
And here's the problem with society, both men and women, but we're talking about two motherfucking dudes today. See, they think their dating preferences are their standards. And they're not standards. Okay. And I hate, go ahead, Miles.
No. I just want to say real quick, standards have to be built, but go ahead.
Yes. No. And yes, standards are built, but also standards is literally the way you live your life. Like, it's not something that's interchangeable with something else. It's not something that you can lower or raise at a moment's notice.
Right.
Either you got standards or you fucking don't.
Right.
Like, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a prime example. When guys say, oh, dealing with a woman who has who doesn't have a lot of sexual experience or who has a low body count, that's my standard. Then those same guys will be like, yeah, but if I meet a girl in the club and she's sexy, I'll fuck her the first night. Then that's not your standard then. It's not a standard. It's just a dating preference. Because if it was a standard, you would live your life the same way you would expect a woman to come into your life.
Right.
Right. It would be cohesive. It would be some congruency to how you actually live your life in conjunction with what you expect a woman to come in your life behaving as. Right. So when you have a different thing for yourself, but you have a whole nother plan for the woman, those are not standards. Those is just a preference. Yeah, I like to have casual sex. I indulge in casual sex, but I don't want to be in a meaningful relationship with a woman who does. That's not a standard. The only way it can be a standard is if you're the type of guy who do not indulge in casual sex yourself.
Exactly.
That's the only way it can really be a standard.
Right. And see here and to add to the point of the argument, this is why so many people, especially the dudes, it's going to be hard for them to find actual like meaningful relationships. Right. Well, and a meaningful relationship could be just fuck buddy to dating to wife. It doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say is this. Niggas swear they want unconditional love, but the entirety of their consciousness about women is conditional.
Oh, damn it.
And the proof is right there when the niggas talk about body count. Because just like the lady said, I agree with her until she said deserve. Now, a woman who got 100 bodies, not to say that she deserves anything, but the 100 bodies don't count if she's compliant with my program, nigga. I don't care how many bodies she got. You understand? If she's compliant, we get along and everything makes sense. First of all, I'm not the type of nigga to even ask. As long as my dick fit right inside of her, I'm good. I'm good. So all of that body count shit don't matter to me. If the fit is right, we're good. And then from that point on, it's like, look, you compliant, you understand the program, you follow a nigga's instructions, we get along, we feel good when we're in each other's presence. And I'm only doing that based on who I am as a person, not on the conditions of the body count or the conditions of how many pictures you got on Instagram or whatever the fuck. It's like, does it work? Does it fucking work? Because I know niggas who, if they bitch wasn't on Instagram, it would be a problem. I know niggas who are like photographers and who live a certain type of life where they use the platform of Instagram and the beauty of their female to make business happen. So if she wasn't on Instagram, it would be a problem. If she wasn't showing her ass in a bikini on Instagram, it would be an actual problem for their relationship. But see, there goes him being true to his identity. Because if he was thinking like everybody else, he would be like, no, I don't want you on Instagram. But his life is actually better because his woman is an attractive female on Instagram. Because it actually brings business. You see what I'm saying?
But see, the difference between him and the rest of those guys, he is mature enough and grown enough to put his feelings to the side and be logical about the fact that it's a business for him. Hey, I make a living doing this.
Right.
Okay, yeah, there are going to be dudes that get at my woman. That's par for the course. Okay, whether she's on Instagram or not, dudes are still going to get at her.
Exactly.
So if dude's going to get at her and she look good, fuck it. I might as well make money off the fact that dudes want to look at my woman. Here's the thing. So your woman going to be out and about. Dudes is going to be hollering. Hey, you ain't making no money from that. But if you got her, you know what I'm saying, in front of the camera, you making money from guys' desire to get at your woman. At least take the shit that other men value. Yeah, we might not value beauty like that, but I know what them suck-ass niggas do. So the fact that they value beauty, I'm going to make money off them losing-ass niggas.
Right.
I'm going to tell you, I had an experience that changed my mind about looking at beautiful women and just this. It was just one guy, man. I was walking, and I was in Florida at the time during the spring bling or whatever party they had out there. And there was this lady that was walking with the rolled up shorts, the jean shorts, a little A shirt, just looking just gorgeous, And so I was like, damn, and she was walking with the dude. And so I was like, hey, man, that's one beautiful specimen of God's creation. I said, do you mind if I get a picture with your girl?
Mm-hmm.
And this dude was like, nah, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Now, I was around a group of like 15 dudes, which, none of that mattered to him. It was just like, yeah, go ahead, get a picture with my girl. Our relationship is cool enough. And she took the picture, kind of hugged me a little bit. And then one of my boys tried to get it. Oh, could I get a picture too? And he said, come on, babe, let's go. Like, I ain't gonna have you taking a picture with all these cats.
Right, yeah, we ain't about to start a line. Like,
yeah. This cat asked respectfully. I thought I asked respectfully, This kid asked respectfully and whatever. But just the way he handled that, it always set in my mind where, like, that's a cool dude. Like, he felt like, yeah, I know I got a cool looking girl and I'm walking in this mall like this and stuff. This don't even matter. You taking the picture, stuff like that. That don't even matter. And that moment right there changed my perspective on that factor.
See, and I'm glad you said that your mindset was he's a cool dude. The average guy would have been like, oh, fuck that, he a sucker. Man, he a cuck. Man, I ain't letting dudes take a picture with my girl because you have your own identity and you comfortable with yourself. Right. These other guys, they are hive-minded guys. And because the majority of guys or the masses of guys would have a problem with it, they too have a problem with it. And let me just say this. For any passport bros, call in. Red pill ideology niggas, call in.
Why what? Why somebody asked?
Call in. Because this right here, y'all factor prominently in this group thinking or group think.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Your dating preferences aren't your own. Same thing. And this is what I noticed. A lot of these guys, they don't have their own unique identity. So they identify with other people's thought processes.
Right.
So with the Papo Bros, they don't have their own identity. So they say, you know what? I'm having the same issues he's having. So I'm gonna align myself with his way of thinking.
Mm.
Okay, and they don't actually sit back and make decisions based on what they truly want as an individual man.
Right.
They say because he has similar issues that I'm having, I'm automatically just gonna follow suit with what they're doing over there. And that's the problem with a lot of these guys, even with the whole body count thing. The funny thing about it, right? Let me just briefly say this. Some years back, probably about 4 years ago, maybe a little bit longer than that, when I first started doing videos on YouTube, I heard a YouTuber use the term pair bonding. I never heard that term before. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? So I looked it up. I researched the term, and then I saw the meaning. I saw the real meaning, and I said, wait a minute. How he's using it and how other guys describe what they think pair bonding is doesn't match up to the real meaning of what it is. So what I noticed is when guys say things and it aligns with guys' way of thinking, they just automatically believe it. Right. They don't go research it for themselves. And that goes with the whole groupthink or men or hive-minded is, oh, he's talking about a woman's sexual past. He's talking about a woman's, body count and all the different things that can happen. So although I've never done any research on my own because I have the same type of philosophy or ideology, I'm automatically gonna believe what he's saying. Although I don't know this man, I don't know if he's a credentialed individual. He's just spewing this shit, and I'm gonna go with it because based on what I hear other guys talk about, it makes sense that we all should feel this way. And what I want to challenge guys on going into 2024, come up with your own conclusions as to why you think the way that you think.
Right.
Why you feel the way that you feel. Another real quick example, I'm gonna pass it back to you guys, is even a whole thing with don't date single mothers.
Right.
There are guys who have never dated a single mother a day in their life.
Mm-hmm.
And they're making videos talking about why you shouldn't date a single mother, but they've never dated one.
Never done it, yo.
And what they do, Miles and Jay and everybody watching, and I know what they're doing. They're watching other videos and they're cherry picking the talking points from other videos, and then they're using those same talking points when they do their videos. And how I know they're full of shit when they give their itemized list as to why you don't, like, let's say they give 10 reasons why you shouldn't date single mothers. On that list of 10, there's like 7 of them that you can find in any woman.
Mm-hmm.
You don't got a kid. This is how I know that they're just regurgitating information and they part of that groupthink, hive-minded motherfuckers.
Right.
Go ahead.
I want to say this real quick. I want to take this conversation to a logical extreme because I know it's kind of like the elephant in the room if you're not paying attention. But a guy like Adam 22.
Mm-hmm.
A guy like Adam 22. See, and this is where identity comes in. Now, if that man is honestly comfortable with the choices that he's making with his wife as a porn star and his woman being a porn star and them doing things and her making contracts with other niggas in the industry and so on and so forth, then that's you, bro.
Yep, pretty much.
Now, I'm not saying I would do that or be comfortable with that, but at the same time, I can't necessarily knock a nigga. Now, if he's lying to himself and just doing it for the money, then that's a whole nother issue he needs to work out for himself. Because if it's not really a part of your identity for that to happen and you just you're basically selling your soul, i.e. your identity for money, then that's a personal issue that you probably need to work out. But what I'm saying is that if you being true to yourself and that's your lifestyle, bro, I can't call it, bro, niggas, because he is benefiting. They are coming off with millions for the things that they're doing. You get what I'm saying? They're getting contracts for reality shows and all this other shit. So again, there are extremes to understanding your identity because that's one nigga. Everybody's calling him a cuck. Everybody's calling him crazy and he's a demon and he's sinning and that's crazy and you this and you that and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, that's that man's relationship. And if his wife his woman believes in the vision, then that's what it's going to be for them. Ask me my personal opinion if I agree or if I would do something like that. Probably not. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that's that man's choice. You understand? And to some extent, you got to respect it because he's moving different than most other niggas.
You know what? And to your point, I personally wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? However, I don't judge people for their lifestyle like that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do it. Right. But my thing is, if he's 100% comfortable with it, the woman comfortable with it, they have an arrangement where they can sleep at night and they both mutually benefit from that arrangement. Who am I to say something? Right. See, the reason why these guys got a problem with it is because in their minds, they're like, women aren't supposed to be like that. She's broken. That's messed up that she would have sex with all these men in front of her man. Oh, something's wrong with him that he would be in the same room while his wife is having sex with these other men. Because in their minds, based on their social conditioning and what they were conditioned to believe, it's not supposed to be like this. So what would happen is, especially with guys who are conditioned to believe that women should view sex one way, but that men view sex another way, right? This is why I use the thumbnail that I have with the guy with two women. Most guys would be like, yeah, that's what's up. Most guys would be like, that's what's up. But when they see the two dudes with one chick, they're like, hell no. Most guys have an aversion to seeing that imagery. Right. Whereas the other imagery with the one dude and the two chicks, a lot of guys, they have been conditioned that that's if you're gonna have a quote unquote threesome, or if you're gonna have three or more people or three or more people in a room on a sexual tip, that's how it should look.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus the two chicks with one dude. And my thing is, it can look either way. Okay, it don't bother me either way. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn. I've been in the room, you know what I'm saying? And me and another partner, we doing our thing with this chick. And I've also been the lone dude on some Lone Ranger shit, you know what I'm saying? With two females. So it is what it is. So I don't really judge like that. Now, I want guys to understand something. Whatever your dating preferences are, okay, you're entitled to those, but ask yourself this question. Are they your dating preferences or are they someone else's? And this is how you know that your dating preferences aren't your own. If you say anything like this, I wouldn't want my friends to see me with her.
Right.
It's not your dating preferences. Or it's not your dating preference. Oh, I wouldn't want to introduce her to my mom because my mom might think this way about her or that way about her. Okay. It's your mother's dating preference. It's not yours. Like anytime you're worried about what other people are thinking about your choice and the person you deal with, it's not your dating preferences. What you're saying is somebody else's opinion or opinions hold more weight than your own.
Facts. Real shit. Real shit. We got more videos to check out.
Yeah, I got another one. Yeah. Let me snatch that one.
There was a question by somebody earlier that asked me why did I want a picture, and back in the day, you know, pictures aren't the same. It's easily on the phone. You took a picture, and then you had to get it developed, and you know it went into the box.
Vacation.
You know?
Vacation with the disposable cameras and the
you know, and it went into the box. And so later on, I'm a type of person, I always took pictures and not just of, you know, ladies or females. It's just whatever the vibe I'm in, the situation, because one day I'm gonna be old and I ain't gonna remember half the stuff of this great life that I lived.
Right.
And so, you know, I pull that box out. Now, what's so crazy, right? I had a conversation with some people and they was like, oh, you still got all the pictures back? Yeah, I still got all the pictures. They're like, well, you know, your girlfriend or your wife or whatever, they don't make you throw that away? And I'm like, why would they make me throw away my memories? Like, that's the stuff that I did that I want to remember. Now, I don't pull it out and put it up. The pictures ain't on the wall or something, you know, but those are my memories that I have. And you're like, well, aren't you concerned about her keepsake box of different things? No, I'm not. Those are her memories. If she want to keep something, she keeps it. Now, don't be running around the house with your ex dude's football jersey on. You know, I see you in the corner sipping coffee, you know, but if you got it in the box somewhere, hey, you want to pull that out in 100 years, go ahead. In 50 years, go ahead. It doesn't matter to me. So, you know, that's what it was. Pictures was back then, and her outfit is what I really liked. The outfit she had the high heels on with the jean shorts rolled up. I mean, she was cupped. You know, the bubble was there. She had the A shirt, no bra on. The hair was done with the little bob. you know, I like the bob haircut, right? So she had that bob haircut. The girl was looking nice, boy.
In folk type of shit.
Yeah, so you know.
Let me say this. Speaking of wearing like your ex dude's jersey, right? My my most recent ex-wife, she used to be upset with me because my first ex-wife, we went to Jamaica for our honeymoon, and I had purchased these Jamaican, you know, colored swim trunks with this little tank top with little holes in it, and I had that shit years later. And every time we would go somewhere swimming, I would wear that same little outfit, and she would just be looking at me like, "Didn't you wear that shit on your honeymoon with your last ex?" I'm like, "Hell yeah!" But I like this shit though.
I like it.
So I used to wear.
Yeah, I didn't think about her until you brought it up.
Yeah, I ain't think about
it. It wasn't on some sentimental nostalgia shit. It was literally the shit fit me good. It just everything just sit right when I put on these swimming trunks. You know what I'm saying? The shirt, it just fit right, right? And I just like the shit, but it's not no nostalgia where I'm having memories of the chick. No, but for years she couldn't stand that shit. But let's get on to the next joint, man.
Girl really liked me. She trying to give me an ultimatum. She wanted me to commit. She wanted me to be in a relationship with her. I was like, I went out, had some drinks one night. She had too much to drink, passed out, went through her phone. Passcode was 1234. She exchanged the news with other dudes. We had like argument like a week or so before that. She's basically telling one of her friends, he's acting up. As soon as I get off my cycle, I'm going to sleep with someone. And they was talking about which guy she had to choose from. And I seen her like texting somebody. It had to be like a ball player or somebody in entertainment because they were like, oh, I'm in town for a show. She came to the hotel and he was like, don't go to the front desk, just come to this room. It was like a 4 a.m. text and it was like, have a safe flight. It was a good scene. Let me know when you're back in town. It was that easy.
Damn.
So she was in and out on it. So I'm seeing all of this. I'm laughing in my head. I'm like, yo, this girl wanted me to wife her.
Satan.
Like this girl wanted me to be that dumb. She don't even know I went through her phone. We hung out, we still chilled, but it just died down because she seen it was never gonna be anything serious. Somebody took that girl serious. Somebody is taking her serious. They have no idea. Some guys go through it and flip out and yell. That girl.
Okay, let me stop right there. First and foremost, shout out to Steve. Yeah, get the likes up. So I'm gonna go back.
The Dean in the building. What's going on, man?
Yeah, me and Steve play each other later today.
All right.
These Lions and Cowboys.
We play each other. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I knew what you meant.
I'm on the team. I'm on the team. Man.
I know. I knew what you. I'm just talking shit. I knew what you meant.
Yeah, I'm on the team.
I want to go back real quick. I want to go back at the beginning, then I want to pause it.
Ultimatum. She wanted me to commit. She wanted me to be in a relationship with her. I was like, I went out, had some drinks one night. She had too much to drink, passed out, went through her phone.
Why'd you going through her phone? Okay, and I actually had a spirited back and forth with a guy because I was like, why dudes going through chicks' phones? And he's like, oh, you could be blind if you want. Why would you be in a relationship with a woman and you're not going through her phone?
What?
Do y'all see what I mean about groupthink and hive-minded people? Your dating preferences aren't your own. Guys have been conditioned to believe that all women cheat. So they have the mentality, if I'm going to be in a relationship, then I need to police her. I need to watch her every move. I need to watch her social media. I need to go through her phone. I need to snoop. I need to play detective. Here's a woman that talked to him about being in a committed relationship. He himself was on the fence about even being in one. So you're dating a woman who's obviously seeing other men, which she's supposed to. You're not her boyfriend.
Right.
You guys are not in a committed, monogamy-oriented, sexually exclusive relationship.
Right.
So he going through her phone, and here's the funny part. This is how dumb guys are. Just because you found something on that woman doesn't mean you're going to find something on the next woman. Do y'all know, let me just say this, okay, as a reformed side dude, okay, I ain't doing no more because y'all niggas can't take it. You know what I'm saying? As a reformed side dude, I would teach women how to hide their shit. You know what I'm saying? When it came to their phone, when they look, check this out real quick. I had a woman that would call me with her man in the same room. I would hear voices and I'd be like, what's all that noise? Oh, my man and his friends. I'm like, girl, you talking to me on the phone with your man right there? You know what I'm saying? That's how cold she was. But I was teaching chicks how to delete their shit. I was telling chicks, yo, if you are on his phone plan, he might check the paper bill. You know what I'm saying? I'm breaking down how to avoid shit, right? So
yeah, I learned that lesson.
You said what? See, you got caught up?
Oh, I was highlighted. Everything that I said and everything that they said to me was highlighted in different colors. the time periods and everything. I didn't know this is when it all started though. When texting really started, and I didn't know phone bills used to print out every last text that you did, every last one.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that lesson.
Yeah. So and I'm not condoning. I don't condone cheating. I don't advocate that shit. But what I'm saying is why are you going through? To me, that's sucker shit. I've literally had women offer me their phone so I can look through it. And I tell them, no, girl, I'm good. And it doesn't mean that I believe her. Look, let me just say this. Women, as much as I love y'all, I don't believe y'all further than I can throw y'all. Okay? If a woman tells me she ain't fucking nobody, well, this is when I was in monogamy-oriented relationships. I don't do that shit no more. But when I was, even when a woman told me, although I didn't necessarily think she was lying, but I didn't believe her either. Because I understand that she's a human being, she's flawed. Okay, humans lie. Okay, she could be telling the truth, she could be lying. I don't know, right? So what I do know is, no matter who you are, everybody is capable of cheating. Okay, it don't mean that you will. You're capable of it. Why? Because you're a fucking imperfect human being. So my thing is, while I understand if I'm in a relationship and that the woman is capable of cheating, I don't need to go through her shit to try and find dirt. All I know is if she does something that's inconsistent, that's out of character, I'm not one of those dudes that need to catch her with a dick in her mouth. I don't need to find dirt. I don't need closure. Okay?
Right.
If my mood starts to change and I start to get anxiety, look, I'm so for real when I say this, and I'm gonna pass it to y'all. If I start having dreams of her fucking another nigga, I might be out. Like I ain't never had these dreams before because you showing up late. Yeah, you ain't where you're supposed to be. Chick, I got anxiety.
But you got to develop into that, Zag. You really got to develop into that, right? And that's why I keep it 100 with this whole group. I keep it 100. I'm that cat, right? I went through a phone before. I have went through a phone before, and the thing is, and I know exactly why I did it. Never done it before, and this is way back in the day. Way back in the day. Like I said, I spent and I drove through Suckerville, you know, onto where I need to be.
Right.
So I went through a phone because something just felt funny, and I just needed to know because I didn't have it pinned down.
Right.
Now, when you really start to develop yourself, you don't have to pin nothing down because that feeling of funny is something that shouldn't be there in the first place, right? And that's when you react. The thing is, a lot of guys don't know when to react and say, you know what? It's not my job to find out. The way you move should make me feel okay already. And if you ain't moving like that, we can't be. So I don't have to find that out. That I had to develop. Before I went through the phone, oh, okay, boop. Now I know, you know, this is over. Good day, you know, go from there. But some guys don't, because they're not rooted in what I say, I don't give a fuck right now. Because some guys, well, I don't want to lose her. And I find out later that's not really how it was.
Shit, it don't even matter.
Right? Because now she could lie to you and say anything and you believe it. You know, my thing is, if you let this feeling continue with me, oh, it's done. It's done. I don't need to go through nothing. I don't need to see nothing.
Let me.
You know what? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Miles.
I want to see. This is the part where standards come in place because niggas like this game is weak as fuck.
Facts.
And let me tell you why. If I'm ever on a date with a bitch and she drinks so much that she got drunk, I don't need to look through your fucking phone. I know you're not up to my fucking standard, bitch. Bro, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about standards, identity, and knowing exactly what the fuck you want. Why would I have to go through a bitch phone if she the type of bitch that'll get drunk on a first fucking date? I don't need to know anything else about you. It's over. And niggas like this, oh, well, she passed out and fellas. First of all, you putting yourself in too much fucking danger as a man these days to be dealing with a bitch that's going to get so drunk that she's passed out. That's the first problem. You understand what I'm saying? And if you got standards, you know that it's a 2-drink maximum. Shout out to Gorilla Lifestyle, Mr. 1950. Shout out to him. Because when there was one episode of Real Game No Theory, which will be on tomorrow at 12 noon. So shout out to the fellas on the panel. But shout out to Mr. 1950. It's a 2-drink maximum, meaning for our date, we only gonna do 2 rounds. This ain't no fucking get drunk session. This ain't no drink you, bro. You don't even deserve that type of energy until we in a real relationship where you can get drunk because I'm buying you drinks or it's a special occasion and you know for a fact that I got you because you're my woman. You get what I'm saying? But it's the first fucking date and you drinking so much that you gonna pass out in front of me and you don't even know me like that. I don't need to go through your phone. You are not a woman that is up to my standards. Why? Because I'm a man that has standards. This nigga right here in the video has no fucking standard. If you're going through a woman's phone, it's already too late. And I'm speaking as a man, just like you, J. Roman. I took that ride through Suckerville and I went through a bitch's phone a couple of times in my day. And the last time I did it, I said to myself, I will never do this again. Ever. I swear, yo, the niggas say never and ever. I am saying never. I will never go through a woman's phone for the purpose of finding out anything about her. Only way I'll go through a woman's phone is if she passed out and I gotta find her emergency contact to get something because emergency problems, blah, blah, blah. But for me to go through a woman's phone like, yo, who you talking to and blah, blah, nigga. My standards are set so fucking pristinely that if a bitch is moving wrong, I don't need to know anything else about her. She's gone. These niggas out here are weak. I don't stunt none of these niggas. I don't worry about none of these niggas' advice, bro. This is why. And J. Roman, you said it earlier. It's like I feel like I've been lucky enough to only be around or associated with real niggas who know themselves. Because if you know yourself, there's things you don't need to know nothing about the woman, bro. But just because you know yourself, and once you know yourself, you know the quality of female that you will allow in your presence, and the type of woman that will get drunk on a date when that's not authorized yet. Because let me tell you something, the type of woman that would get drunk with a man that she's not like, that she don't trust with her life, that's a reckless bitch. So I already know what's in your phone. I already know. Whether or not it's in your phone, I already know the quality of human being that you are. You're not a smart woman. You're not a smart fucking woman. We just getting to know each other and you're getting drunk on the date? Come on, son. You're done.
That's part of it, but also based on what he's saying, she obviously got something to hide. Now, I don't think she got anything to hide because that's not your girl. You're not her man, right? I don't care if she talked to you about potentially being in a committed relationship at some point. That's inconsequential. It doesn't matter that she talked to you about it. You guys did not agree to go down that road, right? And even if you did, here's the thing with me, right? Because for me, I've literally left a relationship because a woman went through my phone. Okay, I don't play that shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is what people got to understand. This is how serious I take it. I don't believe in reading a woman's diary. Okay? When you go through a woman's phone, to me, that's exactly how I view that.
Facts.
Because in order for you to find dirt, you have to read messages between her and her sister, between her and her mother, between her and family members. So you're reading personal conversation between people to get to something that you think is dirt, right? So to me, you can't justify. You cannot justify reading personal text messages between this woman and her family members or friends because you looking for some dirt. Number one, you're insecure. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. If you got to go through someone's phone, that means you're insecure. You're not self-assured. You feel some type of anxiety. You feel uneasy. Right?
You don't trust the person that's supposed to be closest to you.
Right.
If that's the case, then why be in a relationship to begin with? Stay your ass on the sideline and figure that shit the fuck out. Because to me, if people want to talk about toxic shit, that's toxic. Going through people's shit.
Yo,
like I said,
These niggas, and the sad part is these niggas don't like you see his face. He feels so justified in what went down, right? Like, yeah, man, you know, we was on a date and she got pissy drunk, and so I went through her phone and I found this and that. Shit, I would never wife her. Imagine there's a nigga taking her seriously right now, and he's like, yeah, I got the game because I went through her phone and you know I did the detective work to find out what type of woman she is. Nigga. You don't even realize that your standards are so fucking low. Your game is so so unaware. So unaware. You see his face? You see that look of like pride and indignation on his face, like he figured the bitch out.
Yeah, I figured some shit out.
Fuck out of here, nigga. Your game is weak. All these look, man, I don't know these niggas. But as far as levels of game, all of these bitch ass niggas on these podcasts, I don't really respect none of them, bro. I don't really respect none of them. I saw another one the other day. Nigga was talking about, oh yeah, if you dealing with a chick and she being disrespectful and she this and that, well, you know, sometimes you just got to deal with it. I was like, you see what I'm saying with y'all niggas? Y'all out here talking this shit like a woman being disrespectful is normal. It's not normal. I don't know nothing about that. Y'all got it.
I saw another one where some guy posted, sometimes women are hard to deal with, but it's hard for you to lose her. Some shit like that, right? And my thing is, where did people normalize people being difficult to deal with? Where did we normalize a woman being a challenge or a handful?
That's what I'm saying.
If she's a challenge or a handful, she can go, bro. She go. I'm not. Look. Y'all remember the easy button from Target or whatever it was? Staples. If I can't fuck with a chick that's the easy button, I don't want her.
Exactly.
I don't want nothing to do with it. When I'm dealing with a chick, I want to feel like that's my easy button right there, right? Her, yeah, bro. Everything is easy. I don't have no issues, bro. Everything runs smoothly. Yeah, but we may have the occasional disagreement, but it's never disrespectful. And if she needs clarity, she gets the clarity, and she chills. My bad, Carrie, you got it. Or she might say some shit where I'm not really thinking, and she piqued me to something I need to know, and I'm like, baby girl, you got it. Show you right. Okay, and then we move on with it. But all this challenge, hard to deal with, difficult to deal with. And my thing is this, gentlemen, when you get into a relationship, you stop focusing so much on whether or not you think the woman may or may not cheat. Now, here's the thing, Miles, you said something very important, standards. As long as the woman is adhering to your standards, you don't got to concern yourself with that. Now, here's the thing. This is what I want guys to understand. You cannot prevent a woman from cheating, no matter what you do. Right. You can go through her phone. You can clone her phone. You can put GPS trackers on her car and all that other goofy shit that guys do. You can do all that goofy shit. If a woman wants to cheat, look, check this out. I remember a guy, we had a guy that called into the Real Gang No Theory panel or podcast, and he said that he dropped his woman off at work and that he has a tracker on her phone, right? He always knows her location. And my thing is, I've been a side dude with chicks that I work with. And this is what I know. Women who are married or in long-term relationships, they could literally be pregnant and showing with your baby. Okay, they will be in the car on the break, sucking dick in the back seat, right? Okay.
Yes, they will.
You got chicks. I told you I had a chick that had a man. I had her in my cubicle. I told her to go take her panties off. She came back to the cubicle with a skirt on. She was getting finger banged right there around lunchtime, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Right? I told you about that, nigga. And also, we took a lunch break. We went to a park. You know what I'm saying? We got busy in a park, right? Not only that, I know people that fuck in the stairwell. I had a chick one time. She had a man, and she was working with this dude. He took her to the stairwell. She was telling me how she had her leg propped up on the little arm thing that you hold on, the little railing. She was giving me graphic details of how she had her body positioned. So I'm like, a stairwell? That shit sound uncomfortable at work.
Yeah.
She's looking down to me. So
There's a lot of places at work that I don't advise.
Finger popping at work is
there's a lot of places. However, I will tell you this. I will tell you this. It don't matter what you do. If they want to cheat, they can cheat. Bro, there's been times I had to tell the girl, you got to make sure you fuck your man. If not, he's going to feel a certain way. So you're gonna have to go ahead and give him some. You know, I had a girl tell me that the dude said it felt different. You know, so we couldn't do anything that day. You know, because there's a lot of, and the thing is, what's so crazy is that, like you said, if they're in the long term, they know exactly how to do it. They know exactly how to move, exactly how to go. You know, and sometimes they'll even calm you down, like, hey, I came today. This is why, and the reasons, and woo. So it don't stop anything. So you'll spend your good energy on trying to figure out what she's doing because something feels different, when in all actuality, that's the thing you need to react on. And I think Miles hit it right on the nail with her being drunk. Like, hey, this is where I cut this off at. I ain't got to figure the rest out. I don't like this. So in all actuality, there's something that lady has done that you really weren't feeling in the first place. However, you continue to roll with it. You continue to keep rolling with it. I was kind of interested in this one lady, and I was in this program. It was a lot of young business people and stuff in this program, and very intelligent, a lot of really keen mind individuals. And there's this one lady that I kind of like. Well, I was at a party at a club there, and her and her friends was at the club, and we danced and we talked. Well, they got drunk. All of them got drunk. In fact, when he was leaving, her girls were trying to go with these other dudes, but there wasn't a dude for her. They was trying to make her go with another guy, and she seen me and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go with him," right? And I'm just like, "Oh, nah." But then I seen her girl back up out the car and almost crashed the car before she left. So I was like, man, I kind of know her. I'm gonna feel kind of bad if, you know, she get in a car accident. I'm driving her and say, hey, where do you live at? She can't even tell me where she lives at. She's drunk.
Damn.
So we had to go home to my house. She slept on my bed. I slept on the floor. I'm a grown dude. I don't want to sleep on no fucking floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, I slept right there on the floor. Her jeans and stuff was in my bed. I hate jeans on my bed. There's just a lot of stuff that just irritated me about the situation.
Right.
It was awkward waking up with her, kind of realizing where she's at, trying to piece together the night. Right. That killed whatever vibe I had for her.
Facts.
Right there. And when I dropped her off, you ever know when you look at somebody like, this is going to be the last time that we even talk. Like, this is going to be the last vibe, the last anything. I don't feel cool. Like, I don't like the way you moved in the position you put yourself in. And then on top of that, I really realized I put myself in a bad position. Because she could have woke up and been like, yo,
you did something.
What the fuck I did? You did something to me. And the thing is, I ain't that type of guy. But if I was, you know what? It would be a real awkward little thing. So I put myself in a horrible position. Just horrible position. And right then, that just killed the whole thing. And that's the standard that I want some guys to really understand. It had nothing to do with her beauty. It had nothing to do with how fine she is. It had nothing to do. It was killed by her behavior from the very beginning.
Facts.
And I think guys need to keen in on that way more, but you got to have standards for yourself to even do that.
Is this video done?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and see what's more going on with it.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Passcode was 1234. She exchanging news with other dudes. We had like an argument like a week or so before that. She's basically telling one of her friends, he's acting up. As soon as I get off of my cycle, my period, I'm going to sleep with someone. And they was talking about which guy she had to choose from. And I seen her like texting somebody. It had to be like a ball player or somebody in entertainment, because they were like, oh, I'm in town for a show. She came to the hotel and he was like, don't go to the front desk, just come to this room. It was like a 4 a.m. text and it was like, have a safe flight. It was a good scene. Let me know when you're back in town. It was that easy.
Damn.
So she was in and out on it. So I'm seeing all of this. I'm laughing in my head. I'm like, yo, this girl wanted me to wife her.
Satan.
Like this.
Okay, let me say something. I can't stand when women, I can't stand when y'all do that shit. With her disingenuous ass, talking about Satan. Knowing goddamn well she didn't did some fly shit herself. I can't see, this is why these panels, these co-ed panels, I couldn't do it. Because I was all the time calling everybody liars. You lying motherfucker. You lying motherfucker. Because I can't stand that shit.
Yo, this she wanted me to wife her. What? I give a fuck what the chick want. Like that's why niggas, all niggas is doing is exposing weak game. That's all niggas is doing. Like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm sure it's mad niggas that watch this and was like, yeah, man, these bitches out here is mad sluts, bro. They hoes and blah blah blah. You can't make a hoe to a housewife, man. He dodged a bullet on that one, man. Nigga, you standing in the crossfire like a fucking idiot. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, he went through her phone for a reason.
Right.
Like it wasn't just because she fell asleep. Right.
He been wanting to do it. He just
right.
You know what it is? It's like the game gods already know. It's like he's just catching up. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The common sense of the game, let his subconscious know, nigga, you're not supposed to wife this bitch. You stupid. You ain't even supposed to be on this fucking date, idiot. But he's looking at the details when the game would have told him you should have been dropped that bitch off. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no doubt. Not only that, let's look at it another way. So I'm under the assumption that he went through the phone not only because he's just an insecure dude, but also because he was probably pondering getting into a relationship with her. And he's like, man, you know what? Before I even really commit to that idea, I got to see what's up, though. I got to see what shorty doing.
Weak ass game.
So, which shows me this. So that means she didn't have any other redeeming qualities to make her girlfriend material outside of whether or not she could be faithful. That's all she had for you?
Nigga, do you know what a woman has to do to even bring up the conversation of wifing her? Do you know how? This is how I know niggas ain't got no fucking standard. Because how did she even get to the point where you knew she wanted you to wife her, my nigga? Where did she have the audacity to even discuss that with you? Because niggas don't know shit about you know what? I'm about to tell Lucario to fucking trademark and patent the vetting process. Because these niggas ain't got shit going on. Yo, she wanted me to wife her, bro. Really? Really? A bitch even had that fucking conversation with you, nigga? You're whack. Your game is weak.
That's why I say.
And the fucking part is, K-Zag, you hit it. You hit it right there. He was actually contemplating.
And that's why I say right there, you deserve what you earned.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Because he allowed her to be around him with the minimum of whatever she was bringing.
Right. She probably had a fatty, though. You know, she probably looked good, though. You feel me?
Yeah. That's it.
And this is how you know it was probably the minimum. Because if she was really someone that he saw value in, he probably would have said it. Man, and shorty, she was like this, she was like that. He didn't. All he could bring up was her fucking another dude.
I bet you
he couldn't bring up nothing about her other than that.
I bet you he smashed Raw too, like a fucking idiot.
Probably.
Bet you he did. That's why he checked the phone. He be like, "Well,
no channel check, huh?
But before I hit it again, let me check the phone because I don't want to. Gotta make sure." 919-647-9392, guys. Y'all could call in, guys. I know we cooking, but y'all could call in though. 919-647-9392. If y'all want to, say Happy New Year, and if you want to talk about 2023, anything, man, call in, guys. The phone lines are open, so make sure y'all call in.
And if you want to call in to disagree,
as
long as you do it respectfully and don't overtalk us, feel free.
Facts.
Yeah, because I disagree. I disagree with Zag all the time, like a lot of times.
That's what I'm saying.
Especially with the two dudes in the room and the one girl. I'm good on that.
We got 503. You're on live in the Manhood is the Skill Set Show. K-Zag, J. Roman, and Miles. Name, age, city. What's up?
Yo, my name is Brian. I'm in Portland right now, and I'm 32. My bad.
All right, Brian.
What's going on?
Portland, 32.
What's going on?
What up? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to y'all fellas, man.
Yes, sir.
So I needed some guidance and some assistance, because I had a situation with this chick where we went on a date. I'm gonna just skip to the end, and then I can give you fillers whenever you need them.
Mm-hmm.
It ended in terrible sex. We didn't even get straight into it, and I was off my shit that night or last night. And she was like, well, I'm not it's been kind of hard for me to come, and all of this, and I was just it kept feeling like fillers, you're just trying to make me not feel so bad about the shit, but
right.
I know deep down I was off my game.
So the erection was whack.
No, it wasn't even that. I was downstairs, like I was eating her out. This girl I've been seeing for a little bit.
Okay.
And she wasn't like, she was getting there, like she was coming close. Like there was like twice where she was like coming close, and every time she almost came, she like kept cramping up. And I'm like,
wait. You've been seeing her for a while. So how many? And shout out to LeBron Wood for the $28 super chat. He says much respect to the fellas with the triple thumbs up. You say you've been seeing her for a while. How long is a while?
About a month now.
All right. How many times y'all had sex?
Maybe like 4.
4. And you never made her come then?
Orally, but like she was like, she liked it a different type of way than I was stroking it. And she was like, I don't like the fast shit. Like I like it like this. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So like, but the day I was supposed to do, like show that and do that was last night. And like, she couldn't get even there.
Okay. So what's the real problem? What's the real problem? What's the issue?
Well, the issue is that like I was beating myself up about the shit, and I just kept.
Why are you beating yourself up about that? Why are you beating yourself up about it?
Because I hadn't had a problem with that before, and
I realized. No, listen. Let me ask you a question. Who's responsible for a woman's orgasm?
A woman.
Okay, so who's responsible for your orgasm?
Me.
Okay, so why are you beating yourself up about this, sir?
Well, I didn't feel manly. Like, it didn't feel like I'm like some man.
Okay. All right, come back. Let's start over. Who's responsible for a woman's orgasm?
The woman is.
Okay, so what are you talking about? I'm not catching the. If you understand that a woman is responsible for her orgasm and you're responsible for your orgasm, why are you allowing this scenario to make you feel like less of a man? Please connect it for me.
Well, because I started like over explaining shit, and then like I kept talking and saying shit, and she just kept trying to like reassure me, and then and almost kind of like
you made it worse, bro.
Yeah, you made it your problem.
Yeah, I made it worse. Yeah, I made it my problem. And
so did she act funny towards you?
Like even going that far. I'll say that again.
Did she act funny towards you? Have you talked to her since?
Well, she just texted me like about 5 minutes ago. Good morning.
Okay, cool. So you're probably still on. So this is what I would say, and this is for any guy listening. There's going to be times where it just for whatever reason you're a little off your game. But if you dealt with her before and she know you can get her right, then that shouldn't even matter. Now, here it is, right? Because a lot of women, the reason why some women prefer to be on top is because that's the only way they can come from a penile insertion. Is they got to work it, right? And so if you are ever in a situation where you feel like you ain't doing it for her, tell her straight up, girl, if you want that nut, you're gonna have to get on top. You're gonna have to mount this. You know what I'm saying? Just flip her ass over, like go to work if you want that nut, because I just it ain't in me tonight. You know what I'm saying? So, but you should be calm about it. You should be like, hey, it ain't working. Come on, let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
That shit. She was like, yo, you panicky right now. I was like, yo, I'm not even trying to.
Nigga. All right, hold up. Bruh. What? How old did you say you were again?
31. You said he was 31, right?
32. How many sexual partners would you say you've had? And I'm not saying this to disparage you. I'm just trying to get your experience level.
Yeah, no, I understand. Shit, if I can think of it, maybe like over 10. Over 10. I can't remember offhand.
All right, so you in the low double digits then.
Low double digits.
Double digits. Okay. So and this particular woman, you said he had sex 3 times before, correct?
Like 4 times.
4 times before this situation. So what happened? What happened the other 4 times?
Well, the other times that she came, I was eating her out. She came.
So she don't come off of penetration though.
She was saying that the way I was penetrating was like, I need it slower. Like you got to tease. She's like, I don't like that.
All right, let me explain something to you. You have some women, bro.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Okay, here's your problem. First of all, just let me explain your problem real quick, and then I'll get into the more general situation. Your problem right now with this particular woman is that you're seeking acceptance as opposed to understanding compatibility. Okay. Now, what I mean is you're trying to even though you know she's responsible for her orgasm and you're responsible for your orgasm, you're trying to be overly responsible for her orgasm because you're trying to be accepted by her on a sexual level. Okay, that's number one. Because it probably fucked you up when she told you she ain't like your penetration. Now did you even get an STD panel? Yes or no? Just yes or no?
Yeah, I got one recently.
No, from her.
Oh, her. Yeah.
No, yes or no?
She gave me.
She gave you one?
Yeah, she gave me one. She told me she did it, but I got mine. I thought you meant mine.
No. I'm so before you started eating it, you asked for the STD panel.
Yeah, I asked that.
Okay, good. At least you have that much common sense. But the thing with you is it fucked you up because your penetration wasn't right. So now you're trying to eat her out to make her come. You right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that is not good. What you have to realize, see, and this is why I keep trying to tell niggas, bro, not every chick is gonna be the right chick. Sometimes you gotta charge them to the game for whatever reason. If y'all not compatible, you gotta charge them to the game, bro. Cause let me tell you something. When a chick starts to give me too much fucking instructions, I already know we're not compatible. Mm-hmm. We're not compatible because I got my repertoire.
Yep.
I got my fucking repertoire. I know how to motion in it ain't about the size of the boat, it's about the motion. Nigga, I know about motion in the ocean and I know my repertoire. Now, I'm not saying that at some point during the course of the relationship, we can't try something new or discuss, hey, maybe if you tried it like this, that would get me hotter or whatever. But if my basic repertoire ain't good enough for you, then we're just not compatible. And I got to leave you alone. Because if I'm doing what I'm doing and you still can't nut, we're just not fucking compatible. And it's not my fault. We just got to charge each other to the game and either just be friends or call it a fucking day altogether. You understand, brother?
Yeah, sure. But I think I don't have a whole lot, like a whole lot of sex. Like I don't do a lot of shit. I haven't done a lot of shit. And even with the ones that I've been with, it's been spread out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bro, it's okay. It's okay. You don't got to explain that. Let me just say this, okay? And based on what you told me, she sounds like a selfish lover anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She said because she's telling you, oh, I don't like it like that, and then you eating out at. Let me ask you a question. The 4 times you guys had sex, did she ever come across like she was interested in even pleasing you at all, or at least attempting to?
Oh no, she was, but okay. She was telling she definitely was. She definitely was.
All right, cool. But to Miles's point, okay, this is something that all you men need to be aware of. When you're dealing, not every woman is going to respond the same way to what you do. Right. Now, if you are a skilled mattress tactician, then a good number of the women you deal with, it should be on and popping for, you know what I'm saying? But if you are hit and miss, you probably got to work on some things, right? So to Miles's point, if you're going to deal with a woman, especially if you're going to have sex with her multiple times, there has to be great sexual chemistry between you two, where both of you thoroughly enjoy each other thoroughly. Okay, because here's the thing about sexual attraction. Yeah, you could be attracted to that person, but once y'all start having sex or interacting, it ain't there. You know what I'm saying? And once you sense it ain't there, then yeah, move on. Because you like Miles said, you allowed your ego to get to the point, and it could have been when she said whatever she said about your stroke game, when you were going down on her, you really couldn't focus on your normal routine or your technique of
it was so much shit that my mind was just like,
it was in your mind.
Hey, bro, exactly. Like, look, let me explain. Caller. Let me explain something. You know what they say about sports, right? They tell you that sports is 20% physical and 80% mental, right? Sex is the same fucking thing, my brother. Sex is the same thing. Now understand this. You know how believing that sex is supposed to be good is like how a lot of these chicks believe that they pussy is all-star pussy. Every woman think Whatever's between her legs is all-star shit. And what I'm trying to explain to you is that it is not so. Compatibility is real. Compatibility is real. Bro, let me explain something to you. I had an episode one day. Now, I'm not the type of nigga to I've never had an issue with ED and none of that shit. You understand? God, hand to God, knock on wood, I'm grateful thus far in my career, right? Never had a nigga to have an issue with that. But I had a situation with this chick, man. Now, I'm the type of nigga, I love to like do things, and I love foreplay, making out, touching and shit. So I was checking the oil, meaning I was finger popping this chick, right? Getting ready. And that's another thing I do too, to smell the terrain and make sure everything is all healthy and good. But check this out. Now, what I'm used to and what I like is when, as I escalate, the chemistry rises. So by the time I'm putting my finger in you, it's goosebumps and shivers down your spine and hard breathing and everything. That's what I'm used to, and that's what I like, and that's what gets me there. Bro, I put my finger inside this chick. You know what she said to me? She looked me dead in my face and said, "What are you doing?" Bro, as soon as she said that shit, my soldier was like, "Nope, she ain't the one, my nigga. It's over. She ain't the one." And bro, she gave me dome and everything, and he was able to stay up for like a good 10 minutes. But none of we finally got to penetration and everything, but it just wasn't right. Like from that point, it just wasn't right. And she had a nice body and everything, bro. But once I put my finger inside her and she was like, "What are you doing?" She was like, "I don't really like that type of shit. That type of shit don't really get me off. What you doing?" I was like, now it could have been the attitude, the tone of her voice. It was just, bro, I just could not feel after she said that shit to me, bro. The sexual shit was just not there between me and this chick, bro. And it wasn't ever going to happen again. She even called me up to try again. And I was like, nah, I'm good.
Do you feel like you have a lack of experience?
About like some previous sexual experience, and she was like something about, I dated this African dude, and something about like, him and his cousin, and then I saw their dicks or one of their dicks, and something just like went near, and I was like,
do you feel like?
Hold on, J. Roman. Wait. She was describing the size of another man's Johnson to you?
She was describing.
Nah, bro, that's not
Johnson, and I was because she's poly, so we're both poly, but like that don't mean I want to hear any of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? And I was just like, I'm eating one, and then I don't want to eat it.
Do like, wait a minute. She talking about she saw this, and I'm working with. Fuck. Go ahead.
Hey. So basically, she hit you with a whole bunch of mentals.
No, I'm joking.
She hit you with a whole bunch of mentals that just kind of took you out of your game.
She psyched them out.
Yeah. It was like a lot.
So my thing is this. I had a customer that was very difficult, right? I had to pound deep, squeeze a nipple, bite a neck, and pull a hair all at the same time.
Oh my God.
Just to get her there, right? That's
wow.
Just to get her there. Now she got there every time but it was so much work that it did not make it pleasurable for me. Right? So my thing is, you have to understand that, like Miles is saying, this sexual interaction is for me. Right? So if it's not pleasurable for you because there's just so much in it, then you got to be cool on that.
Yeah, you got
to. I'm good. I'm good because now we're setting a tone even during sex. That's why the game is in all situations, right? Because now there's a difference between telling me some things you may like and then telling me what to do.
Oh my God.
There's a difference between that. So my thing is, we're not going to let this run into the course of our interaction where you're telling me what to do. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, like, everything kind of leads to your or like we said before, that standard that you got. Like, hey, ma, even in our interaction, I don't get down like this. Right? Like in my interaction, you can't put your hand on my head. I don't get down like that, right? There's just you know, you can't put your hand on my head. You can't palm my head, right? That's just me.
Yeah.
You do that, nah. You can grab an ear, you can squeeze an arm, you can do a lot of things, but you can't palm my head. I'm good. You're not going to be that dominant, no matter what the situation is. I'll palm your head all day long.
Facts.
But you can't do that to me. And so it has to, your standard has to go through all interactions to say, hey, this is too much. Like you're doing too much now. I'm sorry you couldn't get that nut that you wanted. Yo. And it shouldn't hit your ego. I hate saying ego because you know, it's an interaction thing. We both should be gratified by this.
Right.
And I understand dudes want to, you want to please the person. You want them to have a good interaction, right? And when they don't, but at the same time, you got to understand mentally, there's a lot of reasons why she might not have a good interaction. A lot of reasons.
Yeah, don't take it personal. And to Miles's point, here's what I would tell you guys. Okay, before you enter a woman, it should be trickling down her leg. She should be so fucking wet and ready, because this is a fact, right? Okay, at least let me not say it's a fact, because a lot of guys, you know, depending on your situation, maybe you can relate, maybe you can't. Let me just say, based on my experiences, okay, the wetter a woman is and the more excited she is prior to penetration from the penis, that's going to impact how quick she has a vaginal orgasm, and also the potency of that orgasm, right? So what I think about is, Caller, if like when I, on any woman that I've ever dealt with, if I perform cunnilingus on them, right, and they come pretty quick, and they come like they come to the point where it's super sensitive, and they pushing me away, right? I know as soon as I hit them with the tip, they gonna bust again.
Exactly. Oh shit.
Yeah, and that right there is exactly like I don't have technique. Like I just go straight
but caller. See, here's what you got to understand. What K Zagan just told you, right? What he just told you has to do with compatibility. It has to do with compatibility. It's not just you. It's not just you. It's the woman and how she responds to you, bro. And and Jay Roman was trying to ask you earlier. Do you think you have enough experience?
Not consistent.
Not consistently.
Like I do, but not.
Okay.
Not
and let me ask you another question. Do you masturbate?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. So if you masturbate, then again, it still has to do with compatibility. And you said you've had over 10. Now, the majority of the women that you have sex with, has it been compatible? Has it been successful as far as like both of you orgasming and having a good time?
Sometimes, but not.
Okay. Not the majority. Not the majority.
Majority, yeah.
Nigga, you what? Man.
It's probably you then.
A part of it. I would say a part of it is you. A part of it is you, and I think it might have something to do with your mentals, bro. I think it might have something to do with your overall confidence, bro.
Okay, let me ask you this, Caller. Let me ask you this: out of the 10 or 15 or however many women, how many of them would you say lusted you prior to the sex, where they really lusted you, but also after you had sex, they would literally damn near beg you for it?
I can't think of maybe like 2 or 3, maybe like 3.
Yeah, see, because if you got women that not only lust, because this is what I want guys to understand something. Just because a woman has sex with you doesn't mean she's sexually attracted to you, right? You might have a woman, for instance, where she's physically attracted to you, she thinks you're cute or whatever, but she ain't really feeling you sexually, but because you guys hung out a couple times.
Okay.
But that happened to you?
She said physically attracted, and then I kind of equated that to sexually. But now that you're saying it's a difference,
it's a huge difference, right? So what I mean, this is what I mean by that. When a woman is physically attracted to you, that's just visual. That's just her looking at you. Sexual attraction is biological and mental. That's the feeling that she gets.
Right.
In your physical presence, it's a feeling that she gets.
Right.
So if a woman lusts you prior to you even touching her, and then you guys have sex, and she enjoys it, that's going to have a great impact on her ability to actually enjoy it, where she can be there mentally, because a woman's orgasm begins mentally.
Right.
Right. So just because a woman has sex with you, it could be, you know what, he's cool. You know what? Fuck it. I may as well. Maybe I'll get lucky and he'll have a big dick or something.
Right.
Do you think women actually have sex and think about shit like that?
Yep. Hey, caller, let me ask you, when exactly did the conversation come up about the Nigerian piece?
We was eating food, and she was like, "I wanted to take you to this because we went out, and she's like, I wanted to show you this Nigerian spot." She's like, "They was closed."
Okay,
and then
now,
that's when the conversation started getting into like Africa. She's like, "Yeah, it's West African."
Okay, now. When did this conversation? You say y'all had sex 5 times in total, correct?
No, it was like 4, but this happened last night, so we were trying to have
so
sex
last
like
night was the 5th. Last night was the 5th, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
when exactly did she bring up the Nigerian thing? Was it before last night happened?
No, it was last night.
So after you realized that it wasn't gonna work?
This is before we had sex.
Exactly. Okay, that's what I'm trying to get you to. So, bro, charge her to the game. You're not compatible, but I think there's things you need to work on, bro. I think there's things you need to work on, and you say,
and she's toying with him too because
playing with you,
because she realizes you're not as experienced. You expressed to her that you're not as experienced, right?
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. That's
right. So now she's thinking she has to be the teacher, and that's why she's so instructive on how she likes it done.
Caller, caller. Your confidence level is not there, and you're giving away way too much, brother. You need coaching, bro. You need to hit me up for coaching, bro.
Not only that, okay. She could be grooming your ass to so she can get a train popping. Cause she telling you about the other niggas' joints and shit. She probably seeing your reaction to it. Like, tell me more. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of conversation y'all had.
My question: Did you pull her hair?
So she dates other people, like, you know what I mean. So she'll do it.
I know that, but the fact that she actually brought up seeing another man's Johnson, like I've had women tell me about their previous sexual experiences, but I never had a woman try to get me to visualize another nigga's shit though. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of odd. That's all I'm saying.
Did you pull her hair or manhandle her in any way?
Nah, I didn't.
Nah, bro, you need some coaching, bro. You need some coaching. You need some coaching, and you need to fuck more women. You definitely need to get your repertoire up, my nigga. Definitely. Have you been in a long-term relationship?
That's all I've been in. Like,
what's your longest? What's your longest?
About 3.5 years.
3.5 years. That's not enough time. Bro.
And you didn't explore. You didn't feel comfortable enough to say, "Hey, you know, let's get into some things."
Yeah.
Well, I don't, man. I have no direction on that type of shit. Like, I have no sense of direction.
You watch porn?
Yeah. She got a toy. She got a toy right now.
That shit kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it don't really help, and some of that shit's kind of fake. You know what I mean? So like, I want to be in the experience.
No, caller. I'm asking you a question. I didn't ask you how you feel about porn. I'm asking you, do you watch it?
Yeah, here and there.
Okay, there's a part of your sexual identity that you haven't even really tapped into yet. You a 32-year-old man with barely double-digit partners, and your longest relationship has been 3 years. There's something missing, bro. But if you feel like exploring it, you know, set up a consultation and we could talk. You feel me?
Yeah, caller. Caller, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yeah, we have another call, and they've been waiting for a while. So I just
okay. Hey, hit up Miles, masculineidentity.com, and get with Miles if you need to kind of explore, because you definitely need to tap into your sexuality. Because if you don't, you're never going to be able to tap into a woman's.
Facts.
Hey, you ever watch a driving when you was in school and you seen a little driving dummy and you learned and they was trying to teach you something from the driving dummy, the video? Yeah, that driving dummy thing was unreal, right? It wasn't real, but you still learned something from it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the same thing with porn, right? Like there's things in porn that we all know is just unreal. Like I can't open up a pizza box and be like, hey, the salami is here, right? Without, but at the same time, there's certain positions, certain behaviors, certain things is done. And I'll tell you right now, everything I've seen in porn, I didn't see in real life being done.
Hey,
Watch
amateur. Watch amateur
I'm gonna just let you know, man. Like, yeah, we all understand that there's certain aspects of porn that is just fake,
right?
But at the same time, you can learn from the video itself if you look at it like that.
Right. And if you have the sexual mindset or the sexual perspective to appreciate what you're seeing, because a lot of people don't see, people want to vilify porn and act like porn, I have a porn addiction. It's because you don't know who the fuck you are. Porn, I take notes, nigga. I take notes and I add my repertoire. Niggas don't understand. Porn is an instructional tool for me, because nigga who's addicted to porn, that's because your identity is weak. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What about like what y'all think of like the idea of like joint like
sex
or like
clubs?
getting into a sex club or some shit? Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know how to have sex.
No, you got to be ready for that. That's a whole nother level.
Because niggas gonna be dependent on you. You gonna have to
that's a whole nother level, brother.
Yeah, bro, that's a whole other level of performance. We're going from one to the next.
All right,
and then it depends on what city you in, because that's a whole nother level.
Caller, masculineidentitymembership.com. Holla at me if you want to set up a consultation. All right, we got to get to the next caller.
Yes, sir. I got you. I appreciate you.
I appreciate it, man. Damn, that's crazy. But we got 323. You're on live with.
Thanks for holding.
The manhood. Yeah, thanks for holding. Thanks for your patience. You're on live with the Manhood is a Skill Set Show with K Zag and J Roman and Miles. Name, age, city. How can we help you?
This is Mike from Los Angeles, and I'm 34 years old.
Mike from Los Angeles, 34. All right, what's on your mind, brother?
Yeah.
Oh, happy New Year. Happy New Year. What's up?
Yeah, same to y'all. I just wanted to say I appreciate y'all. One, I've been listening to you specifically, boss, the one that just spoke. I'm just learning. Just basically learning who y'all are or whatever and stuff like that. But my question was for y'all, like how y'all learn the game, because I've been listening to this whole live today, and I know y'all be going in on some people, and I can say for myself, like I feel like I've been one of those weak dudes, and but I'm learning from experience now, like to be of higher value and have higher standards for myself. So I just wanted to like kind of get y'all perspective on how y'all learn to have the perspective that y'all have.
This is what I was saying. This is K Zaga, right? This for me, I just have.
He hung up, just so you know.
All right, cool. All right, well, we'll call back, but let me just go ahead and we good on calls.
Yeah, we good on calls, but I think he just wanted, because I think he asked that in the chat too.
In the chat,
I think he just wanted to ask the question. Yeah, so we could.
Okay, so let me just.
Okay, this is him calling back. I think he must have got. Yeah, caller, is that you calling back?
Yeah, that's me. My bad.
All right.
My mom calling me on the other line.
Okay, no problem. K-Zag about to give you the first answer.
Okay. So for me, you know, ever since I was a young lad, I just had a certain way of viewing things. I never gave a fuck about what people thought about me ever since I was a kid. So that just manifested itself as I got older. Now, I was always very observant and I paid attention to things around me, right? So, you know, I would see different guys, you know, my brothers and other dudes I knew going through certain things with young girls. I'm talking about going young, right? And I would just see things, and I already knew very young what I didn't like. I didn't necessarily know what I liked. I just know what I didn't like, right? So I'm seeing different things unfold, and I'm saying that would never be me. That would never be me. I ain't never doing that goofy shit. So as I got older, you know, middle school, high school, and all that, I had already had somewhat of a foundation of what I wouldn't accept from women, based on what I saw when I was much younger, right? Even before I had sex for the first time and all that, I already kind of knew. So I had a little sense of direction, not really, but probably a little bit more than an average guy would, because I just paid attention to a bunch of shit I didn't like, right? So now when I'm actually dealing with women and actually having sex and all that other shit, now I'm beginning to understand more shit that I don't like, and I'm beginning to understand shit that I can tolerate. Okay, I'm cool with this. I'm cool with that. I'm still not cool with that dumb shit. And now I found some other shit I ain't cool with, right? So it just became an integral part of my identity. Okay, and of course I didn't know nothing about no identity and all that other shit back then, but I just knew this is me. This is me. I ain't never gonna change. This is gonna be me. So my attitude towards certain things, especially dating dynamics, dealing with women, it really hasn't changed in 30 fucking years. It's really been pretty much the same. Of course, I've matured, I've grown, I've evolved. So there are, I'm a little bit more tolerant and patient, than I used to be for certain things. But now I got even more shit I don't fuck with. But y'all got it.
I'll say this, caller. What I like to say, and it's akin to what K-Zag just said about like noticing the world but noticing himself in reference to the world, where a lot of people live life unconsciously, meaning that
Right.
life is happening, and they let things happen to them, and they don't really they don't engage with a certain level of awareness, right? A certain level of consciousness, and explore how they really feel about something or what they think in reference to something. So a lot of people are living life unconscious. This is how you got a lot of guys macking on accident. This is how you got a lot of guys just kind of and forget macking on accidents. There's people that are living on accident. You get what I'm saying? Like they're not really engaged in life. They're not really conscious about what's happening to them. So what I want to say is how I learned game was I always like certain things just kind of like expose themselves to me, right? Where, for example, I grew up in New York City, right? So you got to take the subway, you got to take public transportation, right? Now, any given subway usually has multiple doors, and all the doors are always open. If you live in New York, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But they have to have multiple doors because it's a city full of people. Sometimes it could get crowded, so you need for people to be able to ingress and egress comfortably, right? For the flow of foot of foot traffic. Now, one thing I always noticed my whole fucking life, bro, growing up in New York, and I'm talking about since I started taking public transportation, like since age 12 till I was, in my 30s when I actually left, right? It would be like literally 12 different doorways. And there would be a fucking line at the one all the way to the left. And people are literally joining a line just to enter the subway, not to buy a ticket, not to, you know what I'm saying? Not to do anything. They would literally just join a line to walk into the subway station, my nigga. And when I would just bypass the line and just open one of the other 12 doors and just walk in, swipe my card and enter the turnstile and go get on my train. And little things like that would always like fuck with me. Like, why are most people just are walking and they see a line and they just get on the fucking line. They don't know what's at the front of the line. They don't know why people are lining up. They just join the fucking line. Me, on the other hand, I survey the entire area and I'm conscious of my objective. I'm conscious of who I am and what I'm trying to do. And I look and I consciously negotiate the best and most efficient way for me to get to my goals. You understand? So while most other people, they see a line and then they join the fucking line, me, I'm bypassing the line and entering the subway because I know I want to get to where I'm going efficiently. You understand? That's the difference. That's how in my perspective, that's how I understood and learned and embraced the idea of game, where I can't just be an unconscious sheep, bro. I have to look at life and make actual decisions based on my identity. I don't have any problem going to open my own door. You understand? You got a bunch of people who they just want to join the line. I'm not one of those niggas.
Most good. I understand that.
For me,
hold on, caller, hold on 1 second. Jay Roman loved to pause dramatically, and it makes you think that he's not going to speak. So you got to give him a second.
No, I just want to make sure y'all finish because y'all, y'all be rolling and then you take a deep in breath. Like Miles be like, and so, I just want to make sure that I don't talk when you're breathing.
Right.
You finish your line. But I think the consistency that I see here is that we're very all observant.
Mm-hmm.
I was very observant when I was younger. I asked a lot of questions. I wasn't the norm. But I had older brothers. I had a lot of older brothers, uncles, pops, and all this was kind of flavored up. They had mouthpieces. So for me growing up, game was how you speak to people. My first sexual experience is like 9 years old, right? In the back of my grandfather's truck. And I got caught. My sister bribed me to do her chores for the rest of the year. Right. So it was, my thing was, I was the classic dick walking around. That's what I thought game was, period. Now, I spent my road in Suckerville and everything wasn't pretty. It was rocky roads, but nothing felt comfortable. And I remember back when certain decisions I made that was goofy, it didn't feel comfortable. And I didn't know exactly why till later on when I really started to say, this is me. I used to hide everything. Like I was a good kid at front. Like my parents was like, oh, he's this is the one. He's a good kid. But really I wasn't. I was drinking the liquor out the liquor cabinet. I was sneaking the girls in. I was doing everything else that my brothers were doing out front, but I was sneaking and doing it. And I had to learn to be like, yo, if I'm gonna stand for something, this is gonna be me. So, even in high school, I was banging a lot of chicks on the low, and I wouldn't tell anybody, and they wouldn't tell anybody, and I wouldn't brag about it. I wouldn't say anything to anybody, anything like that. And I'm not saying that's how you shouldn't be, but at the same time, it wasn't like, yo, yeah, we did something, we cool. I kept everything hidden. And because I wasn't really defined yet to say, hey, this is me. This is what I stand for. This is what I like. This is what I'm going to do. This is what it is. And so at some point, you got to start defining yourself and saying, this is who I am. And when you start that, you just have to keep building on that and start learning from every situation. I learned from every situation, no matter if I went through it or the next person went through it. I ain't got to get shot to know that it hurt. I seen somebody get shot and say, okay, I know that hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to get, I don't got to get shot by a 22 to realize it's just as deadly as a 45. Right. So I don't have to do that to learn. Now, that don't mean I'm going to have the same experience as that person. But at the same time, I can learn from anything. I can learn from a bum, how not to be a bum. I can learn from anybody. I'm always observant. But even with that path, you got to define yourself.
Facts.
You got to define yourself. For example, and this is my last thing, I don't want to be too long-winded. I love tall women. I love women that's like 6'2", 6'3", 6'4". I don't care how tall you is. I'm only 6 feet, but I love tall women. You know how many times I've been teased for that? My buddies, giraffe lover and all sorts of stuff. And every time we go in a room, it could be a ugly looking tall girl. They're like, oh, there you go. I'm like, come on, man. Like I said, just because I like them tall don't mean I'm like them looking like wildebeest, but at the same time, I like tall women. That has not changed.
Right.
And that's me. So yes, when I walk in a room and there's a tall one, I'm automatically attracted to her. Look at that thing.
I think you addicted to kissing chicks on your tippy toes, dog. You know what I'm saying?
They've been down for me. They've been down for me.
You know what it is? He want to put his face right in the cleavage, like just without bending down, just right there.
My buddy said, "Man, you like to hold their hands with your hand up high like this. Like let's roll." Whatever. But the thing is that as soon as you define yourself, and you're very comfortable with yourself, you love yourself, life is easier. Life just gets better, and you'll start to realize anything outside of that, it won't feel comfortable to you. You following somebody won't even feel comfortable to you.
Exactly.
You not driving won't feel comfortable.
Yes.
You're not speaking up at work. It won't feel comfortable to you.
Yes.
Yes, that's what you know. I'm on my way. I'm on my way to really understanding. And then the last factor, which is so hard for these guys to understand, when you get that game away from women and you take it out of women and actually apply it to your life, and you realize it's not just about women, it just opens up where the clarity, the fog is lifted, and your life is just better.
Yo, that's J Roman. That's heavy shit. That feeling of, and shout out to Lord Jefferson for the $13.99 super chat. He says respect, great show. That uncomfortability, man. Like when you feel it in your like in the pit of your stomach, like and a lot of people call that intuition. But again, it's being observant, having a certain awareness, and not just letting life happen by accident. But caller, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically the base of my question was because I feel like for me, I've had to learn the hard way with a lot of things. So I feel like I'm right there in the middle of what you was just talking about, Miles, that transition. I'm just now finding my identity.
Right.
But unfortunately, well, I guess now I start to embrace the failures and the pain. But at first I used to get mad and frustrated. But I'm in the middle of just accepting, like, then learning my lessons. Like I was gonna say, unfortunately, I had to learn the hard way. But I say that because the shit is painful when you see, like, I guess you feel like other people maybe skip the process, but I understand we on our own.
Yeah,
journey
exactly.
and
You can't compare yourself to anyone else.
Yeah.
So for me, like I grew up with my dad, but I don't have no older brothers.
Okay.
I got a younger sister. That's it. And so for me, my dad is not like the most vocal or whatever, but he definitely would try to teach me certain things. But for me, I just kind of had to find my way. Right. So for the longest, I've always played the Mr. Nice Guy role when it comes to females, and then I always end up getting my heart broke and shit like that. Right. But now, so that heartbreak was helped me find my identity.
Gotcha.
So caller. So for me, a lot of shit that guys went through with like heartbreak, crying over chicks, I never experienced that. Okay. Yeah, and I'm not saying it because I'm some big, bad, tough dude. I never experienced it because I saw other people experience it before me. And I remember looking at them with disgust, like, what the fuck you crying for? It ain't. I remember thinking it's not that fucking serious. So when I joke and I talk about dudes being in a darkened room with the shades drawn on the edge of the bed, just rocking back and forth, I've seen it. I've seen dudes do that. I've seen dudes skip meals. They can't eat because they lost their appetite. I've seen it, and I've seen dudes. The first time I saw a dude cry, I want to say I was like 14, and I went to the bathroom, and there was a dude laying on the floor in a fetal position, just crying, just snot bubbles, crying uncontrollably. And I'm looking at him on the floor, and I'm thinking that someone died in his family. You know what I'm saying? Because he's crying uncontrollably. And I'm like, man, what's wrong? What happened? And I'm like, she left you? Because a woman left you? You crying like this? And I remember thinking, bro, did you not see all the girls in the cafeteria today? There's more business, nigga.
Oh, he was at school? He was at school?
Yes.
Yo.
And I saw that and I said, and I made a promise to myself. I said, self, you will never fucking do this.
You'll
and
never be that guy.
I saw a couple other dudes lose it over women and crying. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yo.
And I'm not making fun of nobody. It just can't be me though.
Yeah. So caller, you have any other questions, man, or did we clarify a little bit?
Yeah, no, y'all definitely clarified. Like, I just kind of wanted to. I mean, I'm in the heart of a situation right now that I've been trying to navigate through, and it's complicated. But I'm just like kind of learning or whatever. But y'all definitely.
You got kids in this situation? Do you got kids in this situation?
Yeah, that's the one thing. I got a kid.
Okay. All right, because that's the only thing that complicates it. Because hey, if you ain't got no kids, it's not complicated. Now, how old is the kid?
Right. 5.
Oh shit.
Oh,
What'd you say? You say 5?
5, yeah.
Are you guys still cordial with each other?
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
Okay, because my thing is, when you guys can't be cool with each other, then it's doing a disservice to that kid to grow up in a situation. But seeing arguments is nothing. Seeing you fix arguments is the same thing, right? So a kid needs to understand as they grow up that, hey, life happens. Mom and dad ain't gonna always agree. But if they can be cordial, not talk to each other crazy, and then also see them fix it, they go through life understanding that, hey, life ain't perfect. Whoever I'm with, we're going to disagree, but we can also fix that thing. So you're giving your child a lesson even in that. However, if there's no lessons to be given in that, and it's just disorder, then you're going to have to go ahead and make some decisions from there.
Thanks.
Okay.
You know,
so yeah, I guess you
go ahead. You got it.
No, I was gonna say basically you clarified it for me. I was just saying, yeah, well, my situation has been difficult, but I mean, I'm learning to navigate it for myself based on like hearing, like listening to you guys, like earlier when y'all was just talking about how deal breakers and shit that you can't accept. And I think for me, I always fall in love with potential. And you can't do that. You gotta
No.
Go with what the person shows. You can't fix a person. You can't change a person.
Now,
you gotta take them at face value.
Right.
Well, here's the thing about potential. Now, you can casually date a woman that got potential, but you need to always remember that if there's no consistency, right? And
you deserve what you earn.
Exactly. So when you're dealing with a woman, right, especially a woman who wants to be more than just someone you're fucking, okay, you should see that woman campaigning and auditioning, okay, and you should see the longer you guys deal with each other and the more you give her a little bit more of you, you should see escalation in what she's doing. Not only escalation in what she's doing, so the potential needs to actually turn into something that's being done, right? But also there needs to be consistency in that, right? See, so Carla, one of the things that my mother told me, God bless the dead, right? One thing that my mother told me when I was younger, I was in high school, right? And there was this girl I was kind of fucking with a little bit. And I was walking down the street with this girl and a couple of my partners, right? And my mom happened to be driving by, right? So she pulled in and my goofy ass, right? Because I was with people, I'm trying to introduce my mom to this chick. Now, ordinarily, I would not have done that because the woman is with me. I'm trying to introduce her. I'm trying to call her to the car. My mom was like, don't invite that hussy over here, right? And my mom used to call him hussy. She said, don't invite that hussy over here. And she told me, she gave me this game. She said, Carrie, I love you, my son. Don't you ever get in the habit of just start introducing me to a bunch of chicks you fucking with. You know what I'm saying? So
wait. One time for moms. One time.
When my mom told me that, right? This is what I took from it, right? Just my mom telling me that them little brief 10 seconds, 15 seconds, or whatever it was. What I learned was, Carrie, not every chick you deal with is worthy to meet your moms. So if they ain't worthy to meet your moms, they ain't worthy to be anything other than the chick that you're fucking, right? That's what I took from that, right? Was not only do I got to make sure I don't just introduce chicks to my mom, but I got to make sure that if chicks are around me in public where I might run up on my motherfucking moms, right? I gotta make sure, right? So I literally started paying attention a little bit more to the type of chicks I was spending time with out in public because of that one little situation, right? And that stayed with me to this day, that one little conversation. So a lot of times you can get a life lesson from what you think is an insignificant conversation, right? A lot of times it just matters. Number one, who are you having a conversation with? When you're having a conversation with someone that you admire, respect, their words mean a lot more than just random people, right? So even with your father, like me and my father, we didn't really get along when I was a teenager, although I grew up with both my parents. We didn't really have a relationship. One thing, he taught me about cars. That's the only thing the nigga ever taught me was about fucking cars and shit, right? And I half-ass listened to that. I listened just enough to get it, but me and his relationship was so funky, I didn't really allow myself to be taught by him, right? But just watching him be the goofy nigga he was, right? I learned shit from that, right? I probably got more from my mom by accident than I ever got from him on purpose when it came to just how I move with females and shit. But y'all got it.
No, for me, with the caller here, you know, you deserve what you earn, right? So you're in this situation. How consistent are you with your behaviors in this situation?
What you mean as far as how I interact or
Yeah, how do you move? Because you said things aren't so cool right now, right? And
things are what
aren't so cool in your situation you're in right now.
No, I said right now things are cordial. Like it's on the up. It's been on the up.
Okay.
But before it wasn't. But it was more so because I was basically. It's hard for me to really be transparent, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I'm gonna just go on a limb. So I'm married. We're separated. We've been separated for this entire year of 2023. And at first I was trying to fight the separation or trying to like do what I can to save the marriage or whatever. But
you know why?
Because for my kid mostly.
Right.
Because I came from a 2-parent household and she didn't. And then so for me, I was just trying to like, I feel like, you know, having the household together is the best thing. But now I've been understanding and learning that at the end of the day, like you said, the communication and the interactions is more important, whether we together or not. So for me, I've learned to fall back or whatever, because I've learned to stop chasing things that are, you know, when you chase shit is running away from you. So I've been learning that. I've just been, like I said, I've been learning again and again a whole different perspective on life and the way I approach it. I've been finding my identity, working on myself, doing the work, and like trying to be the type of person that I want to attract.
Right.
So I've been stuck in the middle or whatever, but at the same time, I think I know my answer, but it just still be kind of, I guess, hard accepting certain stuff.
Well, here's the thing, right? A lot of men, especially men that have a child or children by a woman, there's a couple of reasons why it's really difficult. Okay, one of them is you don't want no other man around your kid, right? That a lot of guys have that feeling. Another thing is you don't want to pay no fucking child support, right? And another thing is, and this is something that we take for granted sometimes as men, especially when we're cohabitating with the woman that we had kids or children with, right? Is that once the relationship is over, you're out of that house, okay? Which means your child, you don't get to put your child to bed every night like you probably used to. You don't get to wake up and see your child running through the house, smiling at you, jumping in the bed with you and your woman like you used to. All that shit is over with, right? So, and that's something that a lot of guys have hard trouble coming to the realization that it's gonna happen. They have trouble reconciling with that. Let me ask you a question. How long were you and her married?
5 years.
How long did you date her before you got into a relationship?
Maybe about a year.
Yeah. Whose idea was it to get into a relationship?
It was mine, because basically what happened was I had stopped being with my ex or whatever. She broke up with me, my ex. And then so I was in this
Hey, man. It don't have to be a long explanation.
Yeah, just
it was yours because you wanted it.
Oh yeah, no, I was okay, yeah, for sure, got you. I was give you a little bit of background.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Let's do this, because I'm trying to. Because here's the thing: a lot of times when guys go through a divorce or a breakup, there's usually things that happen in the beginning that kind of led to where you're at now. So, when you wanted to get into a relationship, were you doing it because that's what you were used to? You were used to being booed up. Were you doing it based on your feelings, or did you really see a logical reason for her to be in your life?
I think it was partially, like, I think like the first thing you said, kind of like used to being into relationships.
See that? See, and
we were vibing and we had a good time.
Okay, so how old are you again?
34.
34. So since you graduated high school, in the 16 years since you graduated high school, how many of those years have you been in a relationship with somebody or married?
Bro, probably like 13 of them.
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen to you, right? This is what's gonna happen to you, right? And how long have you been on the dating market?
Not really. Maybe like, are you saying right now or in general in those 16
No,
years?
right now, since the situation with your newest ex.
I haven't been on no dating market really. I've just been trying to focus on myself.
Okay, and that's cool. You should do that. But this is what's going to happen to you when you start dealing with women. Your identity, because you don't know your own identity. Shout out to Miles and themasculineidentity.com. You should definitely holler at the boy after this. This is what's going to happen to you. Your identity is that of, oh, that's such and such husband. That's such and such boyfriend. That's your identity. Okay, your identity is a family man. Okay, because that's all you've ever known. All you've ever known was being booed up, cohabitating with women, and then you have a child. So you've been raising your child for 5 years. That's your identity. So you're going to have to discover a whole new you away from that obligation of being a husband and being that family man. Now, being a father, you're always going to be that. That's part of your identity too. But when you start dealing with women, because you're so used to doing boyfriend type shit, you're going to be doing that shit without even realizing it. Because that's what you're used to. That's part of your identity. So even when you start dating again, you have to kind of fall back and look at how you're moving, because now you have to separate women on a casual tip, something you haven't been used to doing all these years, because you've always been doing the boyfriend husband thing.
Well,
so yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask you. You said you guys are cool now. What does that mean? Does that mean y'all working to get back together, or what does that mean?
He says it's
not necessarily, but it's like at times, basically, I mean, we've always been cool and respectful or whatever as far as communication, but it's just like, for the most part, I feel like she would treat me like as if I did something when she was doing that, like kind of wanted to leave and stay gone or whatever. And like the communication, I would get like a attitude all the time. But now it's more cordial and respectful. Like,
okay, so we're gonna. This is all I can tell you right here, and I'm gonna make it like this: that working on yourself and making moves for you is where you concentrate on, and the more you've been concentrating on that, it seems to me the more cool y'all have been. Has that been the case?
Yeah.
Okay, so to me, that's where you need to stay and continue to develop at. And I said it before, and I'll say it again, we deserve what we earn. And a lot of times for guys, it's hard for them to realize that what they've done in a relationship, even if they do have a non-listening, disrespectful women, part of that is because of the inconsistency they have allowed to come into their life. Part of it was, not being consistent on whatever they said, the focus and the direction that the relationship was going and not going there. There's a lot of things that we contribute. Now, we might have not did the ultimate thing, right? Leave and say I'm leaving and I want to be the one to leave. But at the same time, we contribute to part of that relationship. We don't need to worry about the other part. We just need to worry about ourselves and how to improve ourselves. And that's one of the things when it came to me and Game. In any situation, I learn from. And the version you see today will not be the version tomorrow.
Right.
And I will continue to grow. So my thing is, you got to continue to grow you on knowing exactly what you want, your standards, and then hold yourself to it. A lot of times people think about standards. We talk about holding the other person to it, but really we got to hold ourselves to a higher standard than anybody else.
First. We hold ourselves to that standard first.
Facts. Yep.
And when you concentrate on that,
that's what I'm
other stuff will fall off.
Right.
It will fall off because you won't even be involved in that. She goes to talk crazy. You don't got time for that because there's other things you're working on. Hey, it seems like you're upset right now. We can table this conversation for a little bit later. Here's little Timmy. Just drop him back off around a certain time.
Right.
If you can't, just go ahead and give me a call. right? So our concentration and things we concentrate on, the stuff we can't control doesn't even bother us. Because there's so much stuff that we got to do for ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Caller, did we answer your questions today? Because we on OT. So
yeah, man, that was definitely helpful, man. Shit, you guys, I mean, just looking at the videos, I've been watching your videos a lot lately, and it's definitely helpful. And I follow you. I take accountability, and I hear exactly what you're saying. Like, yeah, I definitely have contributed to, the part of the demise of the relationship, and I definitely understand that now. Like, so I've been learning to hold myself accountable, and I've been, like I said, putting that work in on myself, and I know, now what to allow and what to accept,
right,
and all of that good stuff. So I definitely just take heed to what y'all been.
And one last thing, just remember, a woman is always following your lead, no matter what you think. A woman is always following your lead. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm learning that now. Yeah. Most definitely. I appreciate you guys.
All right, brother. Happy New Year, man. Thanks for calling in. Thanks for supporting the show, man. We appreciate you.
Peace,
100%.
All right,
Peace
man.
out.
Peace,
Happy
brother.
New Year.
Happy New Year. All right. So I'm gonna kill the lines. If y'all want to do a few questions quickly, we could do it.
All right, let me go.
I'm good with the questions,
So he asks, does wanting to change insinuate low self-worth or feelings of you not good enough? Let me say this. It could, but when you say not good enough for who? Let me just say this about that. You should never want to change because of anyone outside of yourself.
Right.
Right. You should want to change because you personally don't like who you are. Like I see goofy ass Facebook posts like, girl, if he really loves you, he would change for you. No. If you really loved yourself, you would change for you. Now, could you change and you're no longer a low self-esteem guy where you lack self-assuredness, and because you have this newfound confidence, the byproduct of that is women are attracted to you now and they weren't before? Yes. But you change for you. And the byproduct of that is just women are taking notice of the new you. That's it.
I'll say this again. Choose your words wisely, because there's a difference between changing and improving. Because I love who I am, I choose to improve. I don't need to change who I am. I only need to improve who I am. So Henyor, based on your language, your need to change might be insinuating low self-worth or feeling that you're inadequate. Okay? All right. J. Roman, if you wanna hit it.
No, you guys just hit it on the nail, and I would say that improving yourself is never. It has a higher worth than you. As you improve yourself, that means you feel really good about yourself and making sure that you change to something better. Don't change just to change, but change to actually. And the thing that Zag was saying, if they start to notice, if it's inconsistent, then you really didn't change for you, changed for them. Just to see somebody notice it.
Right.
Consistency is when you really changed for you, because you're going to hold yourself to that standard.
Well, if you're trying to change for somebody, that's not going to change your low self-worth, because now you're looking for acceptance. You're a people pleaser. You're looking for validation. So what happens is once the other people figure out that that's you, they're not going to respect you no fucking way.
All right. Next question.
Okay. So he says, can attraction be based on more than just looks? Bro, how often do you watch us? I'm not even going to answer the question. I'm just going to answer it with that. How often do you watch us?
What do you think? What do you think? True perspective.
Yeah, we'll move on to the next one. If getting a new position at your job brings you more attention from women, y'all niggas, can't you still make sex work if you know how to use that encounter?
What?
So first of all, let's say I'm just going to use a what if. Okay, let's say you are an entry-level employee at a new company. You're making, I don't know, 18, 19, 20 bucks an hour. After about a year, you get a position where now you're making a lot more money. You are a manager, a supervisor, a VP, whatever the fuck it is. If women who already have been knowing you at the job wasn't fucking with you when you was the lowly entry-level dude, and now that you got this new position where you got a little bit more status and authority, and now they want to fuck with you, why would you want to fuck with them? Because what it shows is they didn't think you were shit to begin with. So just because you got a new job, you still ain't shit. You just an ain't shit dude with a better pay salary.
Yo, my thing is, anything I want to do with anybody don't got nothing to do with my level at the job. So
yeah,
we good. Like we go next question. If that's it.
Yeah. No, that's all I saw. Let me see if there's any new topic.
Be cautious of doing anything at work.
That too.
It's a whole nother level of doing some stuff at work. Like, be cautious,
especially
because
in a higher
position. Don't catch no feelings too. Because you got to realize some people it's they habit and not you. You were just so like, hey, if she get off of you and want to interact with somebody else and you sitting there with the boo-boo face on, like, nah.
A lot of these dudes are gonna catch feelings if they deal with it, and if they see her talking to the new dude, they're gonna feel some type of way. So let me just say this: if you don't have a player's mentality, don't fuck with chicks at work.
Facts.
Yeah.
Period. Don't fuck with chicks at work.
Exactly.
Just leave them alone because you can't handle it.
You want to do that last one from Isaiah Parker? He said, Can we give advice on holding ourselves accountable as we learn game? Well, holding yourself accountable is game. So that's what it's really all about. Like, you have to always hold yourself accountable. Like Jay Romer was just saying, like, the standards that you set have to be the standards have to be held by you before you even enforce them with anyone else. So that's really like the backbone of learning game, holding yourself accountable, creating a standard, and being consistent.
I think it's the very beginning.
Yeah, and let me just say this, because you're talking about holding yourself accountable. So let's go back to the title of the joint, where a lot of guys, your dating preference isn't your own. So when you're talking about holding yourself accountable, hold yourself accountable for the type of life that you lead, right? Exactly. So if you want a certain type of woman to be representative of you, as far as like when she go out in the street, she represents you, especially if you're going to be married to her and she's going to have your last name. Or do you have the type of structure in your life that warrants that? Okay, is that type of woman the epitome of the standard you already set for yourself? So, and what I mean by that is, if you're the type of guy where you say, well, I don't bar hop, I don't live a party lifestyle, I don't engage in casual sex, I prefer an emotionally profound connection first. If that's your standard, and then you want that of the woman, then that's cool. But if you don't live your life, if you live a party lifestyle yourself, then you say, well, I don't want a chick who's a partier. And bro, but that's like Jay Roman, right? You earn what you deserve.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you live in a certain type of lifestyle, you're going to attract people who are similar to you. Even if they're not outwardly living that lifestyle, if they have the same mentality as you guys are going to link up at some point because y'all think alike.
Right.
And let me just say this real quick about what Jay Roman said. I meant to say this earlier. A lot of guys, and you alluded to it, Jay Roman, a lot of guys want unconditional love from a woman, but they place conditions on the love they dole out. Okay? It don't work that way, right? Because you want a woman to accept all your shit, but you want to be picky about her shit. It don't work that way, right? And this is why a lot of you guys, you're never going to meet a woman who respects you. Okay, and you're never going to meet a woman who truly does care for you on a deeper level that you could call love. Okay, I'm done with that shit.
I'm gonna say one thing on this, and I'm gonna take it outside of women. If you're a jealous dude of anybody else, you ain't got no game. Because your accountability will say, "Hey, I didn't earn that. I can earn my own thing." And so you should always be congratulative of somebody that has something, because they earned that. They got that. If you're jealous, you ain't got no game. You envious, you ain't got no game. So you walk around and see a dude with a certain girl and you wonder how he got her and woo-doo. You ain't got no game.
That's real.
You got to be accountable to yourself.
That's real shit.
There we go.
All right.
Before we get up out of here, y'all want to plug anything?
Hey, man, I just want to say it's been a dope 2023, man. Shout out to K Zaggin for being the consistent host of the Manhood is a Skill Set show, man. Thank you for, coming up with the idea and even, inviting me on. I really appreciate the opportunity to get on here on Saturdays and do this. Appreciate Renee P. Appreciate all the other moderators in the chat, everybody that be in the chat on a consistent basis, all the callers and people who support the show, man. Jay Roman, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to Mr. Justin as well for making semi-consistent appearances on the show. Whenever he can, that's important. But I appreciate the opportunity to really cultivate this game and spit it to the audience with you guys. And you know me, I always try to promote being grateful, and I just want to let you know I'm grateful for y'all taking the time every Saturday and being consistent for this Manhood is a Skill Set show. And yeah, man, appreciate y'all for real. Happy 2024, man. I hope to continue to do this as much as we can, and I'm grateful for 2023.
Yeah, I definitely want to say the same thing that Miles is, and I appreciate you, Zag, for putting me on here.
Mm-hmm.
Just the connection from my cousin 1950 to Rapid and being on the show. I really do appreciate that, and sitting here with Miles, some of these guys now. 2023 was it the year we went down to that was that Vegas trip.
Yes, sir.
I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Hey, Jay Roman, rub it in a little bit more because Zach couldn't make it. Yeah.
No. Hey, Zach.
This was lit, son. Oh, shit.
I kept asking Zach. I said, where is Zach at, man? Where is Zach at? Because, I'm starting to kind of open up because of family and structure and jobs and stuff like that. Zag, you'd have been able to really see me, like, to really understand, like, hey, this is Jay Roman. Like, that dude is crazy. Like, he out there. Like, y'all don't know.
Nigga, I can't tell you how many bitches recognize me in Vegas, and every bitch who came up to me was like, "Yo, where's Zag?" And I was like, "Man,
and to see Miles, so it was a really good, like I got a whole nother for the next time y'all do this. I need people to actually come down and meet Steve, right?
Yes,
because you'll realize that's Steve.
Yes,
right. We're driving around. The dude drives so fast and so crazy. At the same time, he cursing everybody out. He could give you a compliment and curse you out at the same time, right? So now you understand when he's on the show and he's like, "You motherfucker!" Like, okay, I get it. That's just him, and to see the consistency of everybody on the panel is what I really liked.
Yes,
right.
Facts.
Where I really enjoyed, and then the dinner and everything. Like, I'm looking forward to the next one. Like, I'm going to the next one. I don't know. We hit Vegas again. It almost got to be an annual thing.
Yeah,
let's make it happen.
Hell yeah.
Like,
it should be in Atlanta or somewhere like that, or New Orleans. I don't know.
Hey, well, wherever it's at, you know what I'm saying? So,
Biloxi, right? Which
I ain't no Biloxi, nigga. We do that.
just wherever it's at,
okay.
And I appreciate being a part of all that. And we gonna try to make some things happen again and again for this show, man. I enjoy it.
And in closing, let me say this. First and foremost, thank all the moderators, thank everybody for commenting, thank all the callers. A very special shout out to the lovely Mrs. Renee P. Always on point. And I want to thank y'all because I know it's called Manhood is a Skill Set show and all of that, but it wouldn't be what it is without y'all. Y'all add a great deal of value to it.
Yep.
Okay. So I never want to minimize you guys' contributions. You two guys, specifically, also Coach Justin, Mr. Justin, when he rode through, shout out to that brother. And for anyone else that did any guest appearances on this joint in 2023, shout out to you. But definitely shout out to my bros right here, Jay motherfucking Roman, Miles Cunningham. Thank you guys. Hey, like the joint is free. But you can also donate. You see the Cash App and the PayPal joints. We out this bitch.
Peace.